Welcome to the bracket, episode 92. Today, we are doing a suggestion from the winner of the last bracket, Nicky Clicky. He decided to do things that we were afraid of the most as a child. The yak is running really long today, so he's going to be subbed in for with Vibbs and Gia, all content Gia, coming in for the first time. And we have Mush on as well, and Klemmer. So we have a couple of our base crew still here.
I feel like I'm going to be afraid of all of these things still to this day. Yeah. I have the mindset of a child.
Yeah, so I'll be assigning Nick and Cheah to both of you indiscriminately, and if your suggestion wins, you get the trophy.
Oh, yeah.
This week.
Great.
But before we get to that, let's talk about our first sponsor of the day, Body Armor. Lights Camera Barstool is brought to you by Body Armor. From sports drinks to sports water, Body Armor keeps us hydrated all day long. Whether we're talking, watching, or even playing sports, Body Armor is our go-to choice. Real hydration, real ingredients, packed with electrolytes, vitamins, and nothing artificial. If you've seen any video in the Barstool office, I'm sure you've seen tons and tons of Body Armor. I basically drink it almost exclusively at this point. It's got that great taste. Doesn't taste like, there's a brand we always talk about on LCBN in the bracket that I won't mention, but it tastes kind of like milky water. Hate that shit. Body Armor, though, amazing. They also have great tasting flavors like strawberry, banana, and blue raspberry. The best athletes in the world hydrate with Body Armor, like Ronald Acuna Jr., Christian McCaffrey, Alex Morgan, and the latest athlete to join the team, Joe Burrow. You've probably seen recently with Caleb Presley. Anyway, my favorite flavor, I like the water the most. And they had already asked to pick your favorite flavor, but I really like, all the flavors are amazing. I like flavored juices as well, but I really just, goddamn, do I love their water. It's so great. I'm sitting next to one right now on my kitchen table right outside, right in the middle of my apartment. So Body Armor, we love them. They're available in stores. All of it is available in stores nationwide. Head on over to Body Armor store on Amazon and get yours today. Thanks to Body Armor. All right. First matchup of the day. I know you're all excited for this one. Number 5. This is a very interesting one. Loud music making me deaf. It's a very specific person suggested this. So afraid as a child of loud music making this person deaf. And we'll start with you, the oldest person.
What is it?
Klemmer.
What does it face?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a great.
What's up now? Who's old now,
It's a long
motherfucker?
day trying to schedule all this shit, okay? It's like first
but
time.
then you come out and call me a senile old man.
I didn't
Also,
say
I feel
senile.
like Nick and KB are still going to be on the show.
Yes,
A lot of people
they're still
being
on the
like,
show.
Oh, once the Chicago move happens, like we're just going to have.
Yeah,
them
it's going to be over Zoom is the only difference. And today is just a little bit wonkier because of the yak running long. It's going against the number 12 seed, which is embarrassing yourself in front of your crush. So embarrassing yourself in front of your crush or loud music making you deaf. What scared you more as a child, Klemmer?
I was on a roller coaster called the Gravitron with my crush at the Rochester Fair in 6th grade, and I threw up all over myself.
Oh no!
And it was awful. I was
This is a story out of like a sitcom.
It was awful. It was the Gravitron. Like, I don't do well on spinny rides. I didn't want to go on it, but she wanted to go on it, but I didn't want to look like a pussy, so I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go on it. Meanwhile, she's 5'8", I'm like 4'6", and we go on it, and
Tommy just lit up. Like, yeah.
She was a foot taller than
at least.
Well, how old is 6th grade?
6th grade, I was like
5'8".
I was 5'8" in 7th grade.
What the
Jesus.
hell?
Yeah, I was
Amazonians.
yeah, and I was very small.
Oh, this is the one this is a centrifuge where it just runs you in a circle.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly. And you have
There's
you
no seatbelt. You just go on and you
lean back like this, and you cross your legs and cross your arms, and the gravitational pull pushes you into the wall of it.
All the cool kids would like go upside down and like sideways.
I did none of that.
Yeah.
I simply was like this, and I still threw up. And you throw up, and it kind of like it comes out a little bit and splashes back. And then it goes down your
Why are you screaming right now? Am I wrong? Yes, no, he is.
Yeah.
He yells, when he gets into his stories,
He's losing his hearing.
Never heard you that loud. No, it's all good. I love
it's
you.
louder the more he gets into his story.
Okay. Sorry. I didn't want to stop you.
No, it's a good thing. I like it. It makes your stories more energetic.
Thank you.
You're doing great.
Some people appreciate enthusiasm.
It's just unusual to hear you scream.
Unusual
Waspy
guy.
cocksucker, motherfucker.
Wasp. I like that. I've never heard wasp.
So yeah, and then it was just so embarrassing. It was awful. Like, I never was really that worried about like going. Like, I used to go to like clubs and stuff, like not like dance clubs, but like.
You mean you used to wield a club?
That's right.
You were a caveman?
No, but we had like mosh pits and stuff. Like when I was in high school, grunge was really popular.
How did you survive a mosh pit?
I didn't go in many of them, but I was still there. The music's really loud, but I was never worried about going deaf. Although if I'm screaming now, maybe I should have. But I'm gonna go with embarrassing myself in front of my crush. It was awful. The Gravitron still upsets me.
Gravitron. Francis.
Put the headphones on to protect myself.
I'm just gonna hear him louder with the headphones on. I think.
Yeah, I know. There's an irony of I feared. I don't think this is gonna win, so I'm just gonna reveal that I submitted this one because this was very personal to me. I remember my mom telling me that there was a study that had come out that people that listen to loud music consistently, especially with headphones on, it was proving that they were having major hearing problems later in life. And I was in a car once with my friends, and my buddy's mom was driving, and she turned up the music, and it was like, jock jams or something like that. And she turned up really loud, and I started yelling over it as everyone in the car was getting excited. I started yelling, this is going to cause hearing problems for older people, especially you. And I named my friend's mom. Yeah. And I was like, you're of the age that is at risk for hearing impairment. And she turned it down because I insulted her. And I always feared that I had done too much damage. I'd already heard too much loud music. When I would go to hockey games, I would plug my ears. We had a AHL team in Portland, Maine. So I'm going to go with that because it was personal to me, but I don't think it's going to win.
Tommy?
Yeah, I've never thought about that ever. I'll think sometimes now headphones, AirPods, am I getting fucking cancer waves into my brain?
Absolutely.
Joe Rogan says yes. But yeah, embarrassing yourself in front of your crush, 12 seed. This should be way higher. That's like the one of the only things that matters as a kid is trying to woo your crush over. And if something gets in your way, it being an incredible embarrassment and an obstacle.
We all know what you used to look like at the age where you would have crushes.
No.
Did you embarrass yourself?
I was a coxman in second and third grade. It was insane. I not actually where I was but every girl liked me.
Yeah, every doctor was putting their fingers.
No, because I didn't yet hit the point where I had my long hair, my braces, and my glasses. But third grade, fun little story. We were changing seats around, and Miss Supro says, what girl, because you would have to sit boy, girl. It was what girl in the class wants to sit across from Tommy? Every girl in the class.
Wow.
No matter what year, every year from first through third or kindergarten, I would pick out, be like, this is going to be the girl that I vibe with this year. And by February, we would be in a little, fake little relation. It was nonstop. I wanted her. I got her.
Jesus.
You peaked at 8.
Literally. I sexually peaked at 8 years old.
Oh, Jesus.
You don't think that they thought that they related to you the most because you're the most girly?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe
I felt
it's not
safe.
You were,
At least threatening.
Yeah, no, I was just a charming ass 7-year-old, I guess.
And doctors had no problem giving you rectal exams without permission.
Yeah, that's me.
They're very disarming. This is a fact, by the way. This happened to Tommy, just for you guys in case you didn't know.
I got a surprise.
I've heard this story before.
I got a surprise prostate exam.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah, without a parent's permission or anything.
Kind of sounds like you have a lawsuit on your hands, some medical malpractice.
Low 18.
Gia.
Okay, I'm going to go with my crush me embarrassing myself in front of my crush for sure. That was something I was always embarrassed about or worried about. I was 5'8" in 7th grade, so I was very tall, very lanky. One time I had a boyfriend that had to sit on a backpack to put his arm around me. So I just felt very awkward in everything that I had to do. Also, one time in 8th grade, my 8th grade boyfriend came up to me and said, "Do you want to see a magic trick? Poof, you're single."
What?
In front of everyone.
That's awesome.
What?
So
That's
cool.
I
awesome.
thought he was gonna pull his dick out.
Yeah.
Who's this legend?
No, it was it wasn't field day, but we were having some sort of event during gym class. So it was a lot of people there, and yeah, he walked right up to me, and it was
Other
awful.
people witnessed it?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, no.
King.
Yeah, it was like quintessential middle school movie scene.
Yeah.
That was that. Yeah, I was not scared of losing my hearing. I'm scared of losing my hearing now because I perforated my eardrum, but yeah, no. I'm more scared of getting embarrassed.
I get scared when I hear the ringing because they say that you're losing that tone or whatever forever.
Yeah, my ears have a permanent ring in them.
Oh.
Yeah, it's awful.
Well, they're pierced.
Isn't that tinnitus? Oh.
Okay.
That was great.
So
That was a
good.
good one. That was a good one. Vibbsy.
I'm not really worried about losing hearing. I'd never even thought about it until 8th grade. We had a teacher that was like, if I could invest in child's eardrums, I would right now, because you're all going to lose your hearing because of your iPod headphones. And I was like, all right, Mr. Jackson, you're a fucking weirdo. But definitely embarrassing myself in front of my crush. There's times where I'll think of embarrassing moments that have happened and while I'm in my apartment, and I'll have to yell at myself to snap out of it, where you're just like, yeah! So that's mostly all I do in my apartment. Is just make weird noises like that.
Your neighbors.
No, my neighbors have to hear me just like, oh god damn it, and there's like, what is wrong with this kid?
Oh, you're honest. I do that sometimes too. If I'm like in a funk thinking about something too much,
Oh yeah,
it's like just like until it like just goes away.
it's the only way you can snap out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mush.
I'm going with Francis.
Oh, your mic's off again?
Am I?
Potentially, Gooch.
Oh, it's just quiet, I think.
Hello?
It's on. It's just quiet.
1, 2, skilly do.
There we go. There we go.
Good.
I think we're good.
I'm going with the hearing. I was very scared of the hearing.
Good.
My second grade communion song that I came out to was the thong song.
What?
And
Wait, you came out of the church and
No, like the party after.
you had a coming out music at your.
Yeah, I was like, oh, here's Matt's communion, and then Matt came out to the thong song.
Your name's Marty.
Did you pick that?
Yeah, it was my favorite song. My mom would only let me. She like remember when you like burn the CD, but only one song was allowed on CD. Was that? And but I would always be scared if the speaker was near me, and I'd go very far away because I always thought my hearing was gone.
Your mom would only allow you to put one song on a CD?
That song, because Cisco had a lot of bad songs when I was in second grade.
You could consider the thong song a bad song too.
Yeah, but I really liked that song.
Oh, from his CD.
Yeah,
That was the only one you could
Yeah,
select.
yeah.
I see.
Yeah. But did you have a coming out song for your confirmation?
I don't think I had a party for my confirmation.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I think second grade. Why?
Well, confirmation was kind of lame.
So lame. We went
Yeah,
to
it is lame.
Filomena's Italian restaurant.
What was your confirmation name again?
Joseph.
Hey, me too.
That's so boring. You could have made
everyone-
you could choose
My
it.
sponsor's name was Joe, so I was like, let's
I don't
do it.
remember who my sponsor was. So Mush, you get to start, and then next matchup, number 4 seed, swallowing watermelon seeds or gum, combination one. Being scared of that as a kid versus getting picked last. You can really apply it to anything. They're just getting
This is a tough one.
This one's
Yeah.
easy.
Marty.
Would never be picked last ever. I was the fastest kid in elementary school. There was no way. I know Klemmer, you got picked last a lot, but what was the show that the watermelon seed like grew in the
Rugrats.
Rugrats.
Yep, I was gonna bring that.
And
It's terrifying.
Yes, that fucked with me for so long. It's the watermelon seed by far.
Watermelon seeds by far.
That shit like grew big.
Doesn't Chucky like put it in his nose and it goes to
Yeah,
his stomach
yeah,
and then
it
it grows and makes him explode?
Yep.
Oh, terrifying. Yeah, I was gonna say that Rugrats episode still obviously sticks with me. It's what 20 years ago. I don't know how long it was. Forever ago. And then what was the other one?
It was going up against
Getting picked last. Yeah, no, I luckily never got picked last. I was small, but I was
Fast guy.
quick. I was quick.
Yeah.
Like we
Endurance.
said, you're cool when you're fast.
Yeah, no, being fast when you're little, it's awesome. So yeah, definitely watermelon seed. Not really gum. I was never really afraid of gum. I don't know why.
I was afraid of it when it slipped in. It
7
like,
years
did
to
like
digest.
Stick
still
stick to your
don't.
ribs.
Is that a real thing?
I feel like
No.
Can't be.
Not?
It can't be.
No,
Right?
it can't be. But I was told the same thing. 7 years.
Yeah. Who was the big ass baby in Rugrats that was scary? It was only for like an episode or something. Talking about?
Yeah.
Was it just named Big Baby?
I'm trying to think what that episode was.
I know what you're talking about.
Creepy
though,
ass
yeah.
baby. I hated that. It was
It
a
might have-
creepy show.
Yeah, very creepy.
So was the twins' mom gay?
Yes.
Right? Phil
Yes.
Phil and
Lil.
no.
Yep.
I feel like their mom was.
Who was there?
their
Didn't
mom?
they have a dad too?
Maybe.
Yeah, they did. They did.
a
He was
beard?
like very neurotic, kind of weird.
Hmm.
He looked exactly like the mom or the wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
The wife wore like joggers and a sweatband all the time. They both had their like
Yeah.
they both had like
Wasn't
male and
gay.
female
Drove a Subaru.
collar like
Loved gardening.
She wasn't gay. She was married to a
Reason.
husband. No,
There's maybe a beard.
Yeah, no gay people have ever.
that wasn't like a part of the storyline, right?
I mean,
Oh yeah.
just taking one look, it's like, yeah, did you ever watch Rugrats? I feel like that was.
I did. It was a little. I don't know.
For you?
It's a little
I
juvenile.
didn't love it. I know it was iconic.
Babies can't talk.
I think I'm a couple years older than you guys. I was more into like not Klemmer, but like all that Keenan and Kel. I loved that as my
Salute your shorts.
Nickelodeon.
Donkey lips.
Yeah,
Donkey lips.
fix.
Yeah, that was the name of like the fat guy on the show. Donkey lips.
Okay. Gia.
I'm kind of the opposite. Instead of watermelon seeds, I feel like I was more scared of gum. I had no problem getting picked in gym class. I was a bit of a hardo in high school gym, actually, in middle school, everything. I took every sport we played super seriously. So I feel like that gave me more of an advantage of getting picked. But yeah, I was scared of swallowing gum. Not watermelon seeds ever. I don't ever remember getting scared of doing that. But yeah, I was always scared that my gum would get stuck in my lungs and then I wouldn't be able to breathe and then I would blow a bubble and the bubble would explode in my stomach.
Wow.
I never got that far in my imagination. I just didn't want the gum to stick to my ribs.
Mm.
That was, which is cannot physically happen ever. But like, I was scared of that. Also, I remember in gym class, most athletic girl was very sought after. Like when you were picking your teams, all the guys would go first, for obviously. But then like it would just be like, who's the most athletic girl, and she'd be the next pick.
We had to vote. We had to pick like guy, girl, guy, girl.
Had to.
Yeah, we had to do
Yeah, I
that
think we
too.
probably had to do that too.
Yeah.
My
I feel like in gym class we always just like numbered off, so there was never any picking. You know what I mean?
We had
Yeah,
like
1, 2, 1, 2, all the ones over here.
Yeah,
twos
yeah,
over
but
there.
like
Oh.
during recess when you play football, that was whenever you could get picked last.
Yeah. Oh, and that was
We had captains, like one boy captain, one girl captain, and then you pick. So it was pretty intense.
Tommy.
I was not picked last as much as everyone is probably thinking. They're all ready. Klemmer's probably got a million jokes up his sleeve. That happened more middle school, high school. I would, again, elementary school, I was
Tommy
a
Peaks.
womanizer. I was pretty athletic. I was like pretty good at field day and shit. So I wasn't picked last much then, but still the fear of that, which then did become more of a real fear when I didn't hit puberty for a long time. I mean, the gum thing, watermelon, whatever, that's just fake. Like, it's scary, but it's fake.
Literally just asked if the gum thing's real.
Yeah, I
10
did.
minutes ago.
But now I know it's fake. Now I know it's fake. The embarrassment of getting picked last is that shit real, bro.
But how about Marty without Dana here calling a guy out for saying something
A lot
stupid,
smarter
huh?
when- when-
Wow.
Well spoken. You guys drag each other
I
down.
have been well spoken. I feel like.
Yeah.
The second he's gone,
Yeah, he brings me down.
Different Marty Mush.
Francis.
We're getting Matt Cahill today.
Yep.
Yes.
Not Marty
Matt
Mush.
Cahill.
Matthew
Yeah,
Cahill.
Yeah, Matthew.
So yeah, I was never at risk of being picked last ever.
Kind of shocks me.
I was an all-American
In what sport? Rowing? Or?
cross.
Same difference.
No. It's called crew. One is an actual sport, the other is exercise.
Hey, Gia, go on a little bit more about why that shot.
Why not
Yeah,
Francis?
I don't know. I feel like you were. I just feel like you like thought sports like you just were more of a book nerd.
I'm honored
Yeah.
that you would say that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I am, because
feel like-
unfortunately, I was a jock
Hmm.
who had
Really?
to work harder to convince people that I was
Did you
smart.
go to Harvard on a lacrosse scholarship?
They don't have they don't have athletic scholarships at
Okay.
the Ivies.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I like threw you a basketball,
I would dunk it.
Basketball's his eighth
Eighth
worst
best
sport.
sport.
Eighth best.
He was
You
doing
gotta go back on your Barstool lore a little bit. Go watch the last combine.
okay.
Oh, that's right. You did crush that.
Also, the
that one little comment is going to eat at Francis.
No,
Right.
honestly, I'm flattered that she's not that, because I'd much rather be mistaken for being smart than sporty.
Yeah.
Were you a bully? If you were a jock?
I was bullied because I had red hair.
I was gonna say I would not want to be bullied by someone named Francis.
I was also huge, Gia. Like I grew early, like you said you did. I was
Right.
like
Get that straight.
Yeah.
6
He
feet
was a
tall, and I don't know.
No, that's my
6'3".
bad. I don't know. I just always I for some reason never pictured you as an athletic person.
I'm flattered. I really am. I can't tell you
No,
how
you're not.
nice it is to hear
Nah,
this.
you don't like hearing.
Nah, you.
Why not?
You like your body. You're a nice guy. You work hard.
Yeah, but I've never had to prove to anyone that I was athletic before.
Mm.
It's always been assumed that I was a dumb jock my whole life. That has been the knock.
So you're gonna go with the watermelon.
So
seeds?
that she would that I've managed to hide that, as well as to have Gia mistake me for that, is, I mean, I feel like I'm doing a good job.
you want to go around the room, Gia, and tell everyone what you think of them?
No.
Okay,
So
I'm interested.
remind me the other one.
the seeds and gum.
Yeah, the gum one did freak me out a little, but because I would always, sometimes I would swallow it accidentally. Go over a bump in the school bus or something like that. Oh no, I've swallowed my gum, that kind of thing. So yeah, gum.
Gum. Klemmer.
I moved to New Hampshire when I was in fifth and sixth grade. I had no friends, and I was picked last or second to last in gym for 2 straight years. I had no friends, and it was either me or this kid named. What's that?
That was the reason.
That was the reason why
No,
you fuck. Because the
friends.
next year when I had friends, I wasn't picked last anymore. I was.
They didn't look at your legs and was like,
They probably did. They also didn't get to know me and didn't know that I am pretty quick. I'm not as fast as Vibbs, but I can run a little
we
bit.
had on Pick Central. We had we have a competition coming up of athletic events, and him and Big have are arguing back and forth of who's more athletic.
Which is a strange argument, I think, for him.
I honestly don't know the answer.
What are you talking
Great
about?
question.
I mean, how do you? He's 1,000% probably 10 times stronger than you are. Like
He
that.
could probably, yes, he absolutely could lift weights more than me. Every other, it was who's more athletic. It's like I can
I don't.
run
think,
circles around him. I'm faster.
you
than
you
him.
can beat him in a race, and he.
I could
you in a
destroy him in basketball. I could destroy
I
him.
don't
in
know.
every
I
sport.
don't think that that's true. I don't think you could destroy
Would be a
him
good
in
post.
basketball.
Yeah.
I would absolutely destroy him in basketball. I just run right by him.
But he could back.
I did this at Barstool Idol. You guys forget. I'm okay. At
That was not
sports.
actual
running
basketball.
with the
You
bat.
didn't even dribble.
My point is, though, I am fast enough to run. I can score back. I'm not helpless here.
Big Up is not in a fucking wheelchair. Like he can move.
This is why we're doing the competition.
We'll see what happens with that. But so I was picked last 2 years. It was either me or this kid named Doug that would get picked last. We did for 2 years. We were the 2 biggest losers in the school. It was a small school, a small grade, only 38 kids in the grade. So there's nowhere to hide.
Oh,
it was
that's
awful.
so weird.
that's-
no wonder why you're such a freak. That's
And
too small
yeah,
of
that's
a
why.
grade.
And yeah, so for 2 years it was awful. And I said, even though the next year is a different class, it's still the same kids, and it sucked, and it was an awful feeling. And I dreaded my favorite thing, which was gym. I dreaded it for 2 years, so it was absolutely that. It sucked.
All right, so that's gonna move on. The seeds and the gum.
The-
you hear?
The baby from Rugrats name was Big Boy Pickles. It was an imaginary younger brother of Angelica Pickles.
It's imaginary the whole
I
time.
hated
Yeah.
it. She
It
was
was from her. It was from
Oh,
episode
stuck.
Angelica's Worst Nightmare.
Jesus,
And that was his only appearance.
that makes
Big
sense.
boy pickles.
He reminded me of do you remember Arnie and Harold had like a cousin named Arnie?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was really creepy. He was like a
Yeah.
creepy version of Arnie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminded me of him. Next matchup is number 8 versus 9. The 8 is one from Nick, which he doesn't here to defend, but I do like the entry. Being called out to Ollie because you're wearing etnies and you have a top of the line pro model skateboard, which is something that I could see Nick doing. Wearing all skater gear, not knowing how to skate.
Oh, having a cool skateboard and being like told to do skater tricks.
Yeah, he's wearing all skater gear. He has a
Okay, yeah, I was
skateboard, and people
confused by
thinking he
that.
can do a skater trick, and he can't. That's going up against the number 9 seed. Physicals at the doctor. Well, getting your nuts touched.
Oh, those were awesome.
I hate getting my nuts touched.
You got more than that.
Yeah.
More than you bargained for there. Klemmer.
I wasn't much of a skateboarder, so I never really encountered that. Yeah, it would have to be the latter. Like, and that really didn't creep in until like junior high, right? High school. Like, I don't feel like that was a thing when I was a kid where people were touching my nuts.
What, the doctor doing the cough test
It didn't
thing?
happen when I was in elementary
So
school.
even
Didn't
like
have that science?
like middle school when you like play sports.
Middle school, yes. I said, but before middle school, it didn't happen, right?
Not before,
I
but
don't
like
remember when it
Middle school is
started.
when it started.
Yeah.
You get your green card thing. It was always what they called it for us.
I remember I didn't know it was going to happen. I remember being really shocked that like when no one had given me the heads up that was a potential thing that could happen. So
Feel
that was bizarre.
First test that you got was like the scoliosis test
Yeah.
before you got your nuts touched.
Oh.
And that was still kind of scary too, taking your shirt off.
Yep.
What about
the gym
guy
teacher?
who has it? Like myself, every time they're like, I was like, why do I have to do tests? I know I have it. I had scoliosis. I leaned left like a bastard back then.
your nuts
You have to
okay?
get surgery?
No, they told me to, but I was like, you think I'm gonna be in high school with fucking back brace?
Yeah, no.
I'd rather kill myself.
You don't really look like you.
I had to wear a back brace
You had to wear a back brace?
for all of 7th grade.
That's horrible.
Oh God.
From your like waist all the way up to your
Could
nipple.
you
Why?
feel though if you had clothes on?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a huge brace.
It was a huge plastic molded thing. It was crazy.
Under your shirt,
I had
outside your shirt.
no, I would wear an undershirt, then the brace, and then a shirt over it.
You know how in like the Batman movies, Batman can't like turn because he's in all the armor? That's like with the
Yeah.
braces. You just got to like turn your whole
Why did you have that brace?
I had a stress fracture in my L5S1 lumbar vertebrae from all the sports that I was playing.
Francis.
You don't get it from picking up the
From
books you drop.
Dropping your books when
at the library, Gia.
Yeah.
I'm angry with you. I can't let it go.
Into a locker.
What's your best sport, Gia?
Basketball.
He'll beat you.
I will play you 1-on-1.
Let's do it.
I'd be very interested to watch.
Did you play in college?
No, I played until high school.
5 minutes ago.
I played in
Francis, no, I'm not even
I was
upset.
intramural champion 2 years in a row. And
Do you think you would beat me in basketball?
no.
All right, well then we don't have to do it. That takes all the fun out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just
Wants to
being
crush
honest.
your
I feel like
spirit.
if I went up for a layup against you, you would like obviously like crush me.
Yeah, because I'm filled with rage
Prejudice.
right now.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe what if we did like a 3-point competition?
We could do that.
Yeah, I feel like I could.
Were
beat
you a
you
good
at that.
shooter?
Yeah, for sure.
I wasn't a great shooter, but I would do that. That
Okay.
sounds more fun.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
down.
Francis,
So it's
skateboarding gear thing versus the physicals.
what do you mean skateboarding gear thing?
This is Nick's
Sorry.
entry. It's wearing all, being called out to do a trick, a skateboarding trick, because you wear all skateboarding gear, shoes, all that crap.
I mean, I have one that's very adjacent to this. I would always lie about how good I was at skateboarding.
Mhm.
'Cause I used to lie a lot when I was a kid. And I would tell people I could do tricks that I couldn't do. And then they'd be like, well, here's my board.
Oh no.
I'd be like, oh my God, we're at an airport. Where'd you find a fucking skateboard? And sure enough, I'd be like, these trucks are too loose for me to triple kickflip right now. You have to come up with
Amateur
some shit.
skateboard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll go with the skateboarding one because it's adjacent.
Skateboarding, Tommy?
The doctor one. I mean, prostate exam jokes aside, like I was just always so afraid of getting a boner. Like I was always so afraid of like I'm gonna pull my pants down and I'm gonna have a boner. And
Did you
that's
do
gonna
when it
be so
happened?
embarrassing. I was like, literally, I spent so much time. Not that I was attracted to the doctor or anything, but like just the
touch.
fear. No, not that the fear that like when he says pull down your pants, I'd have a boner. And
I feel like you would get so scared that you wouldn't get a boner because you.
or I'd be so scared that I would get a boner. So I could have
Yeah.
had a fear boner.
Did
So-
doctor get mad at you?
I never had a boner. I had like things I would think of in my head of like, no, I could get a boner from thinking about that.
What were some of those things?
I don't remember, but I just know it depended on like the year.
Girls.
Whatever was taught like like 1 year it was like I'm going in like I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about this, and then I was like, all right, I'm not gonna get a boner if I think about like my grandma dying on her deathbed. Probably won't get a boner.
Probably.
Probably.
So it was just a list of like can't get a boner, but the fear of that, I'll go with the physical.
Physical, Gia?
I think I'm gonna go skateboard. I longboarded and I skateboarded a little bit. And I tried to like bomb a hill on my skateboard and fell on my face and really hurt myself, and it was really embarrassing. And I was never really scared of going to the doctor when I was little. I was mostly more scared of going to the doctor now because I feel like I have more health issues now as an adult. So I'm gonna go skateboard.
Bomb a hill.
It's like a big hill and you just go straight down it.
Okay.
Dude, you ever see those videos of longboarders? It's
Yeah.
like they're
The luge
snowboarding
ones
down a hill.
I've seen the ones that do it with they're lying down on the board. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Luge?
I
No,
think-
that's
Luge. Yeah.
Like on a
luge.
mountain in
Luge is like-
California,
yeah.
on the highway.
those
That's
ones
not a
are
skateboard.
crazy.
They kind of get real low and they curve in and out. And they have like a hand
You have to
pads on their
stop it with your
hands.
hand. Yeah, you have to stop
Ooh.
with your hands. Yeah, it's
Ouch.
a lot. And I tried to do it and I failed epically.
Vibbs?
The skateboarding question kind of reminds me of like if you're wearing a band T-shirt, I'm always afraid someone's gonna come up and be like, "Hey, name a song." Like I have a BB King shirt that I just think is cool,
Mhm.
and I'm always worried someone's like, "Oh my god, I love the blues," and then I will not be able to really talk about it. And then what was the other one?
I assume you know about horses.
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
brother.
what's your favorite
Yeah.
breed?
Oh, here's a fun fact. From like 4th to 6th grade, I went to horse camp,
What?
and I fucking rode. It was so sick.
What's
Well, we had from our church, there was like something set up from 2 old people that just wanted kids to have like a good time because they were old and had money and wanted to spend it in a
nice.
nice way. I didn't know who they were, but I got to go to camp because of them every year. And like horses was the main focus because the guy that I went with was like, yeah, let's do horses. And I was like, well, that's fucking weird, but it ended up being awesome. And now I'm like, yeah, I fucking ride.
You were a horse guy.
Oh yeah, little Western saddle.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
What was your favorite breed? Francis's
I
question.
don't know any of the breeds.
Oh.
That's the thing. I just
Clydesdale.
I like the
I was
thorough
8.
breeds.
Or not 8. I was like
Thoroughbred.
yeah. I was like 10 to 12, and like the main thing I took away wasn't breeds. It was horses shit a lot, and they have massive cocks. And I was that was the funniest part. And when they pee, hilarious. It's like a fire hose is going on.
Sounds like you worked at this camp.
Yeah. Just shoveling shit.
Stable
Old people
boy.
just need help with
These
their
nice old people. Child slave labor.
Anyway,
You have a ride, Marty?
no, I've
not
never,
see
I'm
Marty on a
scared of-
horse.
I'm
That
scared
would
of
be so
horses.
funny.
I was scared of
can see that.
growing up. Scared of
Christopher
horses.
Reeves.
I'm going with the skateboard one because I was. My school was big into the razor scooters, doing tricks on those where they fucking smash your ankle,
Mm-hmm.
and I would just have a razor scooter and not be able to do anything. I fucking hated that, but I'm gonna go with that.
You're going to go with the skateboarding one. That's going to move on. Now we have the 1 seed versus the Cheah game. Let's do the Cheah game first. Let's start playing game for the two new people. First option, the Chupacabra. That's one from Twitter. People were a little bit. That was, I think, a more of like our more demographic age.
I'm gonna. What is that?
Yeah,
What is
I don't
that?
know
What
the
this is.
Heard of
Chupacabra.
that?
It's a vampire dog.
It is a vampire dog. It was like every cartoon referenced the Chupacabra at some point.
Yeah.
Does that sound familiar? I just think I never
Is
knew.
that
what
like
it
Courage
was.
the Cowardly Dog
Yeah.
or something?
It's like some sort of like a Mexican dog vampire.
Yeah, they were like Texas. They're like in
Yeah.
Texas. If you watch like the History Channel, they'd have like a zoology or what is it?
Gotta find the Chupacabra.
Cryptozoology, and they'd have like footage of a dog running through like a grainy field or whatever. Yeah.
This one is from
Great
Cheah.
footage.
Narbs, no apparent reason boners.
Yeah.
Which is a very Cheah option
Yeah.
to pick. The dentist, also from Cheah.
Still afraid of that.
Yeah, so am I.
Pooping in school
Oh.
from Mush.
Mm.
Someone kicking in the stall door at the school bathroom.
Mm.
That's a
Remember.
good one.
Yeah, it's a very, very real.
Are you so afraid of that?
I was when I was a kid in 5th, 6th, 7th grade. I was new. I was terrified anytime I took a shit in school that a bully, was going to kick in the door and then beat the shit out of me.
Damn, Klemmer,
I
it seems like rough 2 years
I
for
had
you.
no reason to fear this. No one ever threatened this, but it was a real fear, and I would shit as fast as I could, and I would immediately exit that stall.
I mean, his time was always a very high anxiety. They went through the Cuban Missile Crisis. They had, to do bomb drills.
Holocaust.
It was around the same time the Berlin Wall fell. That's not a joke.
You use the BRCA as therapy sessions.
You do sometimes.
I have a long, dark life, my friend.
Speaking of another
Comes out.
another Klemmer option, the old lady we thought was a witch.
Yeah, we had a lady in my neighborhood we thought was a witch. Ended up she was just a cancer patient. But we were.
My God.
Wait, so why'd you think she? What's the conflation here?
She wouldn't come out very much. We were like,
That's it.
She was terminal.
terminally ill.
So far, both traits of a witch and a cancer patient.
no, it was like 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade before I moved to New Hampshire. I was in Deer Park in Long Island, and there's a big white house in the corner. Woman never left the house. A couple times we saw her. She looked, I guess, sick, but we thought maybe spooky. And we just like
Real skinny.
like kids start telling stories and like it just one plays off another and it's like, oh, I saw her cast a spell, or I saw her do this, or oh, I think
I saw her at the doctor's office.
she just never the house
There's
the
this
car
mysterious
never
scarf she's wearing.
Her hair keeps falling off. I don't know why.
the car never left the driveway, so it's just like, and then eventually she must be a witch, and like after years and years of us telling stories, it kind of became like the truth. And I guess a couple years after we moved away, she died.
Damn.
That makes sense.
Not a witch.
Spooky things in your room, which is a Cheah option, but I do think people. That's a more general one.
Or is that like monsters under the bed, or is that
Like
think more
a weird doll that you
spooky
have.
things. Yeah, just like a weird
A lamp that
is
looks.
monsters under the bed on here?
Adjacent. Well, yeah, we'll get to that.
There's a pile of clothes like
just looks
in the
weird
dark
one
that
day.
looks. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then the last one from Francis: red ants.
Oh, that's a good one.
Are you so scared
Ooh,
of red
my
ants?
mom got bit by red ants.
Red ants, don't fuck with them.
We had a pile of them. I mean, we had a place that they were just fucking a problem, and it was you didn't always know when one had crawled into your sock or up your pant leg, and if they bit you. It sucked.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
I was living in Florida for a couple years, and I had never seen like red ants will make these like mounds. And my buddy and I were driving on the highway, and we saw all these mounds of dirt, and we're like, "Who would make these mounds of dirt?" So we get out in the car and we start running in them, and then next thing we know, our legs have like red ants all over them. We're like, "Oh my god!" We running around scraping the red ants off. got back in the car. The red ants.
Why was your initial reaction to go run into these?
Because we're like, what are because they looked perfect. They almost looked like someone got like. So we're running around trying to find out who made these or if we could see what happened. And then like when we started kicking them because sand's fun to kick, and then next thing you know, red ants all over.
How old
us.
are
Like you were
you?
fucking Sherlock
23,
Holmes?
24.
Oh my god.
On a road trip, that's what you did. When,
This
when
was on the
podcasts didn't
highway.
exist.
You pulled over on the highway.
Like a route, it's a highway. Like Florida has a lot of these routes, but they're like you go like 60 miles an hour like, on these routes.
That's far too old to be doing.
And then I know. But we were confused and we got excited, and then next thing you know, we're covered in red ants.
Go stomp on shit.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, the answer for me is absolutely the kicking in the stall. Like that was a real fear I had for years. Like the witch thing. Like if you really sat me down, even when I was 9, I could probably be like, no, she's probably not a witch. But like I was really scared someone was kicking that stall door.
Mm-hmm. Kicking in the stall door. Francis, you want the options again?
Well, I remember pretty well that. Yeah, sorry. One more time.
The chupacabra, no apparent reason boners, the dentist, pooping in school, someone kicking in your high school bathroom door, the old lady that was actually a cancer patient that Klemmer thought
Not
was
high school, elementary, junior high, but
spooky things in your room, and red ants.
I almost think it has to be pooping in school. I remember I went to a soccer camp once, and the toilets were so unsavory that I held it for, I think, like 3 days, and we were playing. And it was like, I was so uncomfortable. I had so much poop in my body that it was all I could think about. The amount of, sort of pain and clenching that I had to do. And finally I got over it and sort of just squatted and did it. And then I got over it. I just had to. But yeah.
Pooping in school.
Pooping in, bathrooms
Or
that
public, I guess.
Yeah, anywhere that wasn't home.
Yeah.
Really.
Tommy?
I'm going to go with Klemmer's kicking in the stall. The only, again, I was never really bullied as a kid. The only time I even was flirted with being bullied was one time, maybe like 5th or 6th grade, was in the bathroom. And like there were a bunch of kids there, and this one kid who was like, he was kind of the mean kid. He's like grabbing me and was like, oh, gonna push me in the stall. And then, but everyone's like, I'll leave him. He's fine. He's a good kid. He's a good egg about me. But I was still a little bit afraid of that kid. And so it made bathroom trips for me very stressful. I was like, what if I see him there again? We ended up becoming friends. But pooping it like, because kids are fucking freaks. They might even climb under the stall to be like, who's there? Let's see who's taking a poopy. Like,
I was worried about that too.
yeah. I want a fucking piece and poop, or fucking poop and peace. So I'll go with that.
Pooping in school?
No,
Well,
Or
no,
the kicking in the door?
It's.
Kicking in the
I
stall.
mean, I
Kicking in the
almost feel
stall
like these
door.
are.
Oh yeah, they are kind of.
There are tangential. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could combine them.
Yeah, we should.
Just say
Yeah.
pooping in school.
Well, no, I want it to be because I wasn't afraid of like the germs. I was afraid of people
Yes.
I was afraid of people disturbing me.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's not the germs. It's more
It's the humans.
knowing you're doing it and like kicking in the door.
Okay, so we'll combine those into one option. Gia.
I feel like I have a different perspective on these. As a woman, I never was scared to get a boner, nor was I ever scared to get the stall kicked in
It
on
would be
me.
very shocking if you got a boner. You should
Yeah.
be scared.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true. That makes me think I should maybe be scared, but no. I would say I'm in between the dentist or the witch of the town. It wasn't a witch.
You knew this lady too?
No. I wish I did, but no.
She was long dead.
Something
by the time she
adjacent.
was-
I feel like every town has that person that
Yeah,
all the kids are scared of. Ours was this man that we would ding dong ditch, and he was like the scariest person ever. And whoever ding dong ditched him, I always thought like was so cool and brave, but I was always too scared to do it. Because there was rumors about him that he had a gun or he would run out naked.
One is a
I
lot
would
worse
say-
than the other.
Yeah. I would say the witch of the town.
Town witch.
Yeah.
Gia, where'd you grow up?
Chatham, New Jersey.
I was gonna say, both you and Klemmer, like you guys are describing childhoods that sound like they're out of To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah.
I didn't really have that like neighborhood kind of kids running around on bicycles. That's where the witch lives. That's where that guy lives.
Yeah.
I envy that. I always wanted that kind of, I don't know,
Like a
You're-
story.
Stranger
more like
Things.
rural, right?
We traveled solely by
and
bicycle.
everything was so far apart. Like we didn't have, it's just everyone lived deep in the woods.
Vibbsy.
We had a witch lady that would like cut her lawn with scissors.
What?
She'd go out and just cut her lawn with scissors. And if you stepped in her lawn, she'd go crazy.
I
She had
kinda love
cameras
that.
everywhere.
Yeah.
She was, I can't even remember what her name is. It's like Crazy Kate. I don't know. I wasn't afraid of the chupacabra. The New Jersey Devil.
Oh,
That creeped me out because I also watched Jeepers Creepers, where the thing comes out of the
that
sky.
thing's so scary.
So I'd be at my neighbor's playing video games till like late, and then I had to go home at night, and I'd be afraid of that thing.
do you live
dropping
near
down.
the Pine Barrens?
No, I lived in Indiana. I lived
Oh.
so far away. The New Jersey Devil, but I watched the History Channel one
Yeah.
day when they were talking about those animals. Getting a boner, definitely getting a boner. I still remember 8th grade AP Lit, sitting there. The bell rings. I have a boner, and I can't get up. And I couldn't like Texas tuck it. It would have been too obvious. So I just had to sit there. And I'm sitting there for so long. We got other kids coming in for the next class. And I'm just like, oh God, oh God, oh God. And then luckily as I like stood up, like the fear like made it go away. So that was pretty nice.
Can do the book cover.
I tried, like I had my folder and we didn't really have a big book for AP Lit. It was just like, I remember it was a purple
Vibbs
folder.
has a massive.
I have a
Yeah, that too. That's a big part of this.
Remember those horse cocks I was talking about? Yeah, brother.
Look tiny.
Yeah, very tiny compared to theirs.
You know what saved you? Trapper keeper.
See, I
Sounds like you like describing your night out. Like,
What does that mean, trapper keeper?
Oh, it's
Trapper
a
keepers
thing. It
were
was
a thing, but I
it was
don't know what they were. I just heard about them
It was
from
a.
the
You guys
bygone
ever had
era.
trapper keeper? So like it was a
What the fuck you're
it was a
it's like a big ass like binder.
it was a binder that held folders.
Oh, I thought he was talking. I thought you were talking about like a type of boner.
No,
Oh.
but you could put trapper keeper was big. It was bigger than the folders. Obviously, you could just put it
Like this.
over your lap. It was bigger than a
Oh.
laptop even. So like you could
Like a
like
binder?
it was a
close to a binder.
yeah, but a fancy binder. It had like cool designs
They're
on it.
tiny.
Oh,
and stuff.
okay.
They were trapper keepers were huge in the 80s and 90s. They were like you would spend hours
Okay, like an
picking out the right
accordion
trapper
folder.
Kind of close.
Yeah, but it had design. Like I can't
Hearing
emphasize
you-
enough how important these were.
Mm.
So they would have covered your
The way he
boner.
says things.
Yeah, it was terrifying. I hated it. I still remember everything about that day.
Mm.
Wait, you took AP Lit in 8th grade?
Yeah, bro.
That is impressive.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
we didn't have any
brag
APs
that
until
you
high school.
Yeah,
did
no,
we?
I wasn't allowed
Yeah.
to take
We had we had like honors Spanish in like 7th grade.
Well, that makes
Then again it was Indiana,
Honors,
so
yeah.
we were also
APs in middle school is crazy.
yeah. Well,
What'd you score?
I don't know. I don't even think we were allowed to take the test. Like
What?
I don't
What's
know.
the point of even taking the AP Lit?
It'll look good on a college resume.
Never
They're
did.
gonna check your 8th grade stats.
Literally nothing.
Yeah.
I took like 5 APs, none of them transferred.
Yep.
A single.
You had to
I
get
think
fives.
I had one transfer.
No, I had 2 5s. Neither of them transferred.
I didn't
think you
take my
needed-
AP test.
Don't you need a bunch in order to then graduate like a semester early? That was how it worked for us.
So I don't know about that. And
Graduate college or
Yeah, if you had enough fives,
Yeah, you can
you
get
could
enough
like
credit.
actually get college credit for those.
Well, yeah, but
That-
like
you're supposed to
at
get
least
that
in
anyway.
Fordham, like a lot of them, they were like, "Oh, this isn't part of the core curriculum."
Exactly.
I remember in high school, like the AP English test or whatever. They're like, yeah, you can take this and get college credit, but it costs $80. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna ask my parents for $80. And then you go to college and you realize classes cost
Way more.
thousands of dollars,
Yeah.
and I feel like the biggest idiot of all time.
Marty, you've been awfully silent during this
An AP.
AP discussion,
No,
you moron.
No AP.
He's like player of the year.
I only
MVP.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
a better GPA than probably most of you anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
What was your GPA?
In college, 3.4.
That's like
Better
pretty
than mine.
regular. Huh? What about in high
What
school?
was yours, Schmo?
3.6 or 3.7.
Yeah, sure.
Well, don't they give you extra time to take tests when you're a special
No.
education student?
I was a completely normal student.
Well,
I was.
Marty,
What
what
I don't
shape
get
is
around.
this?
are you picking out of those options, Marty?
I'm going with the witch.
Yes.
Which?
Because the witch to me is like, it's whoever the rumor was about.
Yeah.
Rumors scare the shit out of me.
Mm.
Like,
And when you're like 12, you believe all of it.
yeah, there's always the one kid in school that fucked his dog. There's
Yes.
always the
Yes.
one kid that like,
Cat.
Sally.
yeah, like,
Cat fucker.
yeah, there's always that one kid that you know.
That should have been on there.
I was gonna
Getting
say having a rumor started.
Getting a rumor
Yeah.
started about you.
Ooh,
It was
not
scary.
good.
That's it. We could throw the. I didn't. That wasn't on the option on the other side.
If
we could
that's
make
an
it
option, I would.
Yeah.
I would think I would switch my pooping one
Yeah.
to having
Have
a
a
rumor.
rumor
Rumor
started.
started about you is
Yeah.
fucking terrifying.
There's
can add that in
rumors
right
that I
now.
still remember from like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. There was this kid, there was a rumor started about him that he jumped into a leaf pile and his ball sack got cut open and he picked up his ball and put it in his pocket and walked home. And I still remember that rumor forever.
Yeah, you always remember. There was even like there was one kid who his mom caught him jerking off and she threw his Xbox out the window. And like, it's like there's so many things that you just don't want that to be you.
No.
You didn't want who you liked to get out there.
Right.
Yeah.
You didn't want that
So-
getting
so-
public.
just
Dude, we had
Like-
a girl did something, and it was true, and the rumor was so bad that she had to switch schools.
Oh my god.
Did you guys ever have a girl that put a pen up her butt?
Oh, I was gonna say frozen hot dog. Fuck it
Oh,
like a
heard
frozen hot or a
frozen hot
bomb
dog.
pop.
Last
breaks
Saturday.
off.
Or vodka-soaked tampon. That was an issue at my school for a
Yeah.
while.
Oh.
No.
I got a girl.
I'm changing my vote to a rumor started.
We can make that if we're all in agreement.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty
there's a girl at my school.
tasty.
The rumor was stuffed penguin. She put a stuffed penguin up there.
In her vagine?
That was the rumor, but it was no way it was true. But like, this is the thing that the rumors become like the truth, and this girl was like haunted.
You don't know that that's not true.
I'm
It's too
assuming.
damn hot.
You'd be
for a
surprised
penguin.
what you can put up there.
Yeah.
Like some girl, everyone said she had to clap, and everyone would just clap for her in the hallway.
Oh,
man,
When you think
that-
about how bad it is.
That's-
That girl,
We had a herpes. Oh, she's got herpes. Don't drink
Oh,
out of
no.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
awful.
all.
Obviously didn't have herpes. we were like 11.
the girl I mentioned, the story's fine to tell. She in 8th grade, they were getting ready for a dance, and she was at a friend's house. Like a bunch of girls had gone over there, and they were in the bathroom. I guess one doing their makeup and stuff, and one girl farted, and they all like kind of giggled, and then that girl pulled her pants down and shit on the floor, and was like, "Ha ha!"
What?
And everyone was like, "You."
Oh, no.
You need to
that's
clean
super-
that up right
way too
now.
far.
And she was like, what? You don't think it's funny? And that story got out.
I mean, that deserves
true?
it.
Yeah.
She deserved
You
that.
switched schools
That's-
because of
that is
how
a
bad it
wild
was.
move.
Yeah, I know.
Psycho.
Oh yeah, that's almost deserving.
Yeah, no.
In that new Adam
She
Sandler
deserves
movie,
to be bullied out
It's
of
not
it.
a rumor.
girl.
That's her.
in the new Adam Sandler movie, there's a girl,
Yep.
and she gets like exposed during her bat mitzvah, and she like queefs in her friend's face, and they throw it up on the video. And the friend like didn't even give a fuck. It was more about like how embarrassing it is
It's
for the
everyone
girl. I was
else,
like,
yeah.
why is the friend not pissed off that she just got that videotaped?
Yeah. I think the only one, the big one we had was this one guy. His name is Mike Sedlak, and he burst a testicle doing karate. And then they said he only had one ball left, and they called him Mike Nosack instead. And I still don't know if it's true or not, but it feels like it could be true.
Yeah.
Not sure. Shout out to Mike Sedlak, wherever you are. So let's go with the getting a rumor started against you versus our number 1 seed, just The Dark. The Dark.
Oof.
Let's go with you, Mush.
The dark never got me. I was completely fine in the dark. I enjoyed it actually. So I'm gonna go with rumors.
Oh, you were born in
I'm
the
really
dark.
scared. Well, what's the dark like? What's gonna happen?
I mean, that's the truth, but the
Yeah.
fear.
Fear of it
I
still
know, but when I was a
existed.
kid, I just I guess it never.
You gotta have a good imagination. You gotta be able to like
Born in the
picture
dark.
scary stuff coming out of the shadows.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't thinking much. So
They're going to go with the rumor.
the rumors.
No shit.
Vibbs?
Yeah, the dark got to me,
Mm.
but the rumor is just like it could be anything.
You can't
Yeah.
change it.
What I'm trying to think is like, would I rather, as a kid, would I rather have been in a dark room for a while? Would I rather have had a rumor started on me? I
Mm.
probably would have rather been in the dark.
What if someone
Sure,
spread a
like,
rumor
I-
that you were afraid of the dark? Then that's also
Then I would be like, well, yeah, of course, so am I.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
fair.
yeah, yeah. Like
Tommy's point, if you're in the dark, turn the lights on or light a match or have your whatever. You
Yeah.
can't really dispel a rumor in high school.
Can't.
mm,
No matter
The
what
more you
say.
address it, the more people believe it.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely very scared of the dark when I was a kid. I would do that thing where you like turn the lights off and then like run for your life. But yeah, having a rumor started about you, especially like in your developmental days, middle school, like that shit sticks with you for life. Like I can still remember so many rumors about kids that were started. So yeah, I'm gonna go rumors as well.
Another for rumor, Tommy.
I mean, this wasn't even a rumor, but just like like I remember it was at like Joe's sleepover in 4th grade. We were all talking about who I liked, and I said, "Oh, I'm never going to tell anyone who I like. I'm going to keep that close to the vest." And I told everyone I liked Gina. I was like, "That's all right. We're in the trust tree. No one's going to say that I like Gina." And Alec on Monday goes and tells Gina that I like her.
mhm.
And it's like, well, how about I kill myself, Alec? How would that make you feel?
How would you like that?
Yeah, I mean, I was afraid of the dark as much as the average kid was. I wasn't like super like I remember one time my cousin being like, it's just like the same as when it's light out, but it's dark. And I was like, oh,
Never thought about it
that's
that
a pretty good point
Yeah.
when you put it that way. But I mean, as much as the dark isn't scary, there was a fear of it. Like we
Yeah.
can't deny that. But I still think the rumor was worse. So I'll go with the rumor.
Another for the rumor.
I think the dark had magical powers to make everything more scary. It wasn't so much that it was the dark itself I feared, but what was conjured within the dark. But with that said, yeah, rumors pretty insidious, and they can wreak havoc on your psyche. And you don't know, as a young kid, you're not really familiar yet with right and wrong. You don't know why people are coming after you like that. And it sort of starts, I think, your fall from innocence and your fall from grace when you're exposed to rumors and if they're about you. So I'll go with the rumors.
Another rumor is going to win, but
Yeah, I'll say the dark. I had a nightlight. I remember being like second, third grade. I had a nightlight in my room, and I remember when we moved to New Hampshire, like just being out in the woods like at night was so scary because I was so used to like light in New York and like having things more lit up. So being somewhere that could get really dark, like Francis knows, like in rural areas, it can get really dark, and it was just really scary
We used to lose power all the fucking time.
all the time.
We lost power all the time.
it's horrifying.
Sometimes it would take 2 days
Yeah.
for it to come back.
Just from storms or just
Storms.
you just lose it?
Or a
Just
tree, like
wind.
snow.
wind, yeah.
Wind would knock a
Knocks
tree down.
and it was like the power company didn't care that much because 2 homes didn't have power.
Mhm.
And it's like, well, we're not really. We got to
Yeah.
deal with a more popular. There's 16 homes over there that we got to focus on first.
Yeah.
We'll get to you guys. when
Always
we
the
get
last
to you.
priority, and it was awful.
Yeah.
So that's going to win the rumor mill. Now, before we get to the second half, let's hear from another of our sponsors in Manscaped. Look, we've all hurt our nuts trying to shave down there with some sort of off-brand crappy razor, something like that. And look, we're getting into it's fall. Nice flannels, cozy socks. You can't forget to trim your groin, your balls, your dick, all of it. And by now, you've heard of them, but it's time to join the 9 million men worldwide using Manscaped and get the kit that covers it all, the Performance Package 4.0. It starts the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer with advanced skin-safe technology that reduces nicks and cuts to make all those, let's call it raking the leaves, a lot less painful. Plus, the lawnmower is a technical masterpiece. It has a 7,000 RPM motor with a multi-function on-off switch that can engage travel lock and a built-in 4,000K. I think that's watt. I'm not good with science. LED spotlight to help you see the parts of your body that you haven't looked at in years. Once you've cleared the driveway, the Performance Package comes in hot with products to cool you down, like the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and Crop Reviver Ball Spray Toner, one to prevent stink and one to clear it up. With a soothing aloe vera formula, move on over pumpkin spice, fresh balls, or the smell of the season. I like that. It's a great pitch. The Performance Package 4.0 caps it all off with 2 free gifts, the Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. That's one to hold your Manscaped goodies and one to hold your man goodies. Bring the fall in right and get 20% off with free shipping with the code LIGHTS at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code LIGHTS. As the leaves fall, make sure you have it all with Manscaped. All right, thanks to those sponsors. Now we're going to resume with Nikki Clicky and Stephen Cheah from Chicago. Our normal
Thank
setup,
you for having us.
of course, and our normal setup will look a little bit cleaner than this, but for now, we're going to make do. We're starting off the second half of this bracket with the number 6 seed versus the 11. The 6 seed is just a flat-out monsters. I know I think you asked me about that earlier. Yeah. Monsters did make the graphic or bracket. It's going to be Monsters versus the number 11 seed School Presentations.
Ooh.
What were you more scared of as a kid? And we'll start with you, Nick.
Wow. So monsters are by nature scary. My bed was always really low, so I never had to worry about any big monsters under my bed. School presentations, though, I remember I pretended sick for the poetry declamation, so not quite the same, but I had to go and recite a poem in front of the class. That shit was gay anyway. But yeah, I'm going with presentations.
School presentation, Cheah?
As a kid, being scared of monsters, it's so hard for me to remember what I was scared of when I was that age, but like relating back to my son, who's almost 5, he is very scared of monsters. And if when he goes to sleep, he might see sometimes will come run upstairs and be like, there's monsters in my room, which guys have to check all the behind the doors and all the nooks and crannies and all that stuff. So
have you found one?
I have not.
Do you actually check?
There's a monster outside my
Yeah,
window. Can I have a glass of water? Signs.
Who's telling kids about monsters?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that's
Movies,
us.
liberal Hollywood.
Buy a lot of like shows or movies or comic books or that type of thing for books. So monsters for me.
One for monsters. Mush.
Monsters, 100%. I liked presentations always. Monsters you just make shit up in your head. That's really what it is.
Like you'd be horrified of monsters. Actually, no, your brain works weird sometimes.
It's not much of like
Anything.
I could really only scare myself.
Vibbsy.
I gotta go Monsters. I remember watching that movie Monsters Under the Bed, I think. It's like a kid's movie, and they have to like cut the legs off of the beds
Oh my god.
so that the beds don't have any space underneath them, so the monsters can't get out and you can't go down into Monster World. So that innocent children's movie scared the hell out of me as a kid. So definitely Monsters.
Monsters, Gia.
I'm going to go presentations. I am a big crier. So anytime I had to go up in front of the class, I would always start tearing up and low-key crying, like even if I was giving a presentation on like photosynthesis. So I'm going to go presentation.
I would have made fun of you for that thing.
I wasn't too scared of either. The monsters, I remember whenever I was of scared monster age, I got a bed that was like kind of like attached to the ground, kind of. There were like drawers underneath it.
Okay.
So like I remember being like 9 years old in the store, being very seriously like, "Oh, this will be perfect. Monsters can't get underneath here." Like that. This is excellent. If I was afraid of Tom Riddle from fucking Harry.
Oh, yeah.
I was really
That's a
afraid.
fair.
I was afraid of him being in my closet, not Lord Voldemort, just like the creepy
Chamber of Secrets, Tom Riddle.
Yeah, being in my closet.
Marvolo. His name was an anagram.
Yeah.
of,
Yeah.
I am
I was
Lord
like, oh, shit.
Voldemort.
A Tom that's in the closet. Go figure.
I don't get it. And then school presentations, I didn't mind. And like this girl I had a lot of classes with was like right in front of me alphabetically, and she was fucking awful at them. She would like get up, a fucking stutter, and everyone would be like, "Oh, she's awful at this." So it was always like I'm following somebody that was so bad. I'll go Monsters. I'm thinking Tom Riddle.
Monsters.
I had a school presentation in 4th grade. We used to do these things called IPs, independent projects, and I was doing the Barnum and Bailey Circus, and the second I had to start speaking, I got a major tickle in my throat, and I was trying to cough it out, and it just didn't leave. And finally, they brought me a cup of water, but it didn't even really help, and it was a nightmare. And at the end, Carolina Mozdaninsky did compliment me on how I handled my cough, but she was just being nice. I think she got deported back to Poland in the end. But I do think Monsters, unfortunately, even with that nightmare experience, were more pervasive as a fear to me than school presentations. Monsters.
Klemmer.
So my parents didn't believe that like art should have limits. So like I was allowed to watch whatever I wanted to watch. So I could watch like radar movies when I was like 4, and I did. And like so I'd watch like Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street, and I was like 3, 4, 5, 6. If I wanted to go see in the movie theaters, my dad would say, "Fine, we'll go." And so I would have like horrible, like not often, but sometimes I would have horrible nightmares about like Freddy Krueger and like Jason from Friday the 13th. Like it was really scary shit. Like them like cutting me in half in my bed, like really fucked up stuff. And so because
That's why they have ratings for movies.
That's
but
why
like
art does have limitations.
So why? Like you should like so you have a nightmare, so it's not real. Like it taught me it's not real. It's like it's okay. Like I plan.
Also made you do like 15 different religions, didn't they?
Yeah, my dad would jump different forms of Christianity. But
Okay.
yes. Yeah, my dad was very like open minded with things like
Be
that.
too open minded.
I don't know. I guess you can make that argument. So I'm gonna go with Monsters. I honestly test with scary presentations. Presentations were like an easy A. Just, like we all do this for a living. Just go up and just shoot the shit.
Yeah,
From
but that didn't
5.
Yeah, exactly.
we were still better at it than like another 5-year-old. Like if we're better at it now, you know what I mean? Like we're more inclined to do
Not
this.
true at all. What?
I think so. Like
I don't know that we were all predisposed.
Yeah,
I had to overcome. I had to overcome it.
I was always a natural, but I bet
I
that's
have
not
terrible,
true for
terrible
everyone.
stage
I
fright.
can guarantee
I
some
didn't.
people still here would like struggle doing this.
They had to do public.
Oh, totally me.
we do it all the time here, though.
Not really. This is a conversation in front
Yeah.
of our friends.
Well, when we did the
There's
town
no
hall debate,
audience
Kelly Keegs was shaking like a
visible.
leaf.
Yeah, no, she was just
Shaking
frigid.
like a leaf up
She
there.
was
Yeah, but she
Fucking-
still won, so.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
she
still
was
cold.
shaking like a leaf.
Getting grilled by Klemmer. All right, next matchup is number 3 seed versus the 14 seed. The number 3 seed is Quicksand. Quicksand is like one of the most frequent answers. I think that's because it was like a very viral tweet a while ago, where it was like
Yeah.
childhood made me think.
It was here's a little Quicksand. It was a John Mulaney bit. I think he came up with it. I mean, maybe there was but he has a very famous joke about it. That's very funny. And then about a year after he does that joke, this girl I went to high school with decides to tweet out basically the joke word for word, bar for bar, and it angered me so much that I created a fake Twitter account just to call her out on her bullshit and be like, "Oh, okay, John Mulaney, nice try." So that really sticks with me. This whole quicksand.
You're a fucking loser.
Why just do it your own account?
Thanks for doing what you did there.
We all appreciate it.
I
very much.
didn't know her that well. She'd be like, "That's weird. Why is Thomas Scamelli accusing me of stealing John Mulaney's joke?"
Quicksand is going up against the number 14 seed, Getting Kidnapped, which was a frequent one. We'll start with you.
Yeah, anytime I saw like a white van drive around the neighborhood, I would like be on my bike and I'd go as far away from the white van as I could. Like, very afraid. For whatever reason I had in my brain, like white vans meant that was a kidnapped vehicle. So yeah, the media makes it seem like everyone gets kidnapped. Like it makes it seem like such a natural occurrence because it's it's viewer bait.
A lot of people do get kidnapped.
A lot of children get kidnapped.
Yes, sex isn't like
Yes.
yes, Klemmer.
Your
Isn't like
disbelief.
child
Tens of
sex
thousands
like the
a year.
biggest like problem in the United States right now?
Yeah, but how many of them aren't actually kind of asking for it?
I mean, I don't know the stats on getting would I had a right to be scared of being kidnapped? There's
a lot of kids getting
It
kidnapped.
seemed like it's more like media created. Like
I'm with
Oh,
Klemmer.
Klemmer.
I'm with Klemmer.
No,
These kids
Klemmer.
these days, they are really playing the victim card.
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the Nancy Graces of the world will like use that as a platform because
Okay.
they know moms will watch.
Can I give you a stat real quick?
Yeah.
According to the Child Crime Prevention and Safety Center,
Okay.
approximately
well, you can't.
840,000 children are reported missing every year.
Yeah, Klemmer.
Oh, no, that's not kidnapped though. That kid could just run away.
Yeah,
Like,
that
could
kid
mean a
went
lot of things.
to-
How many are kidnapped?
Yeah, that's
Freak
fair.
for the
The
day
kid
to
went to fucking
fish.
CVS.
No, but a lot of like 14-year-olds run away from home. That shit happens.
Kidnapping's a thing, though. I think you're
Globally, around 8 million kids are kidnapped every
Well, that's
year.
global. I mean, America, unfortunately, a lot of other countries aren't as safe as ours.
That's not hostile. I get
I mean, I don't even want
Look
to.
up-
I mean, we have to have not like I'm
That's
saying.
what I
It's
looked up.
I'm saying it's stats. If you have
Back to
stats
the
that back it
funnier
up.
part of this, the white vans got a bad rap. because,
white
like,
vans are horrible.
Black vans could do the
No, I
same
would, yeah.
thing, or gray vans, but I just would be like, oh, that's van's fine.
Well, we had in our school a legitimate incident where one of my best friends was walking home, and he was like, I was on his block about to be home, and a guy in a white van literally pulled up to the side of the road and was like, "Hey, can I like talk to you or something?" And like he like ran into the house, but like it was a whole school wide email. Like if you see a fucking white van, like there were they were rapists in these white vans.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't like completely
My
fabricated.
dad had a driver
Was
for
the
work.
friend
and hated
cute?
Let's just say I get it.
it. They estimate 4,000 to 20,000 cases of actual kidnapping per year.
4,000 is not. I mean, it's terrifying.
Jesus.
That's a lot of kidnapping.
Statistically, it's not a thing to be like.
I'm with
We should have been way more scared of like other things that could have hurt us. besides-
4,000 to 20,000.
the rounding
Pretty
error. A big
wild.
rounding
That's a
error.
pretty wild span too.
I'm with
by the way.
Klemmer. I'm
And I
with
wonder
Klemmer.
how many of those are like angry parents that lost a divorce and then still like. There's a lot of different ways to
So you
define
need it to be
kidnapping.
a specific
Being
type
kidnapped
of
by a stranger, I don't think happens very often.
Oh,
We had an incident in our
Or,
neighborhood.
I mean, I don't think
I
it's
love it.
mean
You know,
to
like,
say.
If you've been kidnapped, call in.
Yeah. We had an incident in our like school system where you had a guy going up to like bus stops and be like, "Hey, can you help me find my dog? It's lost." And he'd try to like lure you in, and you're supposed to say no. But I
Indiana's just
We were
ripe for
allowed to have
kidnapping.
Oh yeah.
What did you say, Vibbs?
We weren't allowed to have names on our backpack because like people would be able to yell them out, and my dumbass would have fallen for it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have fallen in the LL Bean backpack. That'd be the only thing they'd find from Nick Turaney is his monogrammed LL Bean backpack.
When I say kidnapping,
Kidnapping, Francis.
what's the other one again?
Quicksand.
Kidnapping.
Seems pretty easy. Tom.
Yeah, it is true. Quicksand, you really did think to John Mulaney had a point. Great joke. Not you, fucking other bitch. But yeah, I'll go with the kidnapping.
Kidnapping. Gia?
Yeah. I feel like as a girl, I'm still scared of getting kidnapped, or I guess now it would be abducted because I'm not a kid anymore. But yeah, I'm gonna go kidnapped.
Kidnapped?
Kidnapped. 100% kidnapped.
Oh my God, you'd be
Oh, I'm
meat.
so
Blinder.
so kidnappable. You can pick me up and put me in a confined space, compact space.
Very good.
You could fit 10 of me in a white
Oh
van.
my God, you could fit 100 of Klemmer. And he goes
Yeah, a
full
lot of
compact
them, yeah.
mode.
Yep.
Mush?
Man,
Quicksand.
Quicksand?
1,000%. Kidnaps, yeah, it's fucking terrifying. But quicksand is like there's a lot of sand around. You could see the sand. You can't see the kidnappers. So the sand, you never know which one's gonna go. And then also, kidnapping. I always thought I could be a hero in that situation. Imagine running out of a kidnapper's house. How free
How are you the
that's gotta
hero
be.
there?
I don't think
You're running out. You're a hero.
No, you didn't save anyone. Like, you
Save
just,
yourself.
I don't think you could be hero for saving yourself.
Oh, I
Well, he'd be
disagree,
saving
100%
KenJac.
KenJac.
Ken.
You save
give-
future kids.
These people that escape these imprisonments, these decade-long imprisonments in people's basements or fortified garden sheds, they are lauded as heroes for escaping.
I would say it's like a miracle and it's an incredible feat. I wouldn't be like, I feel like heroes reserved for selflessly helping another person.
Was it Elizabeth Smart?
The
Yeah.
whole movie is about that.
Room.
Room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if
she's saving
That's
another
like my
person.
worst
Saving a kid.
nightmare.
She's saving her
it's
kid.
Terrifying.
She saves herself. You're a hero for withstanding and surviving all that
Yeah,
time.
you're definitely a hero.
I'm sorry you want to take that away from them.
No, I really do.
You're
I
definitely
wanna
going on
strip
like Oprah or a daytime talk show for
Oh, yeah.
escaping a kidnapping.
Yeah,
I know
no,
the
for sure.
7-year-old ran out of the kidnapper's house, but he's no hero.
Well, that case in Cleveland where that woman ran out and then there were other people still kidnapped and she saved them. So that's pretty heroic.
Well, yeah, if you report him and get him arrested, that part
Yeah.
is the physical act of escaping the kidnapper. I would say is a miracle, amazing feat, cool thing. It's like you're a hero for that.
All right, they're not a fucking hero, KenJac.
Going on today with what is happening?
We get it. KenJac doesn't like
Look, you're not like if you escape from just come talk to me.
POWs are losers. They shouldn't have been caught in the first place.
Cheah
Sorry, escaping from a kidnapping. What?
versus it's just getting kidnapped
Getting
versus
kidnapped.
quicksand.
I'll go with being kidnapped. That sounds awful. That movie was Black Phone.
Yeah.
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 Terrifying.
Super
Especially if you're escaping a kidnapping. Like, you're not just like walking out. Like, there's generally some type of struggle or fight or extreme mental plan that goes along with that. That also ends plenty of lives. Quicksand, like, not afraid of quicksand. Not a local fear of mine.
No,
You guys are nuts.
Nick.
Yeah, so the first time I was ever in Chicago, I was 1, and this dude tried to kidnap me. He went up to my mom. I was in like a buggy, a cart, and yeah, no, I was in like the little shopping cart thing with my legs sticking through, and he was like, "Hey, like that boy's money in your pocket." My mom's like, "What?" And then he tried to grab me, and then my mom ran and yelled. But
What
that
were you
really
wearing?
Granted, I was dressed like a little slut.
I
I was wearing a little
kidnapped on the
baby
History
crop
Channel.
top. Yeah. But that really impacted my mom's parenting as well. She was a really, 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 really almost too involved mother for the rest of my life.
What do you mean by that?
She was around. She was around.
There, she's a lingerer.
She was she was very
Helicopter
protective.
parent.
Yeah, helicopter.
Wait, sorry, Mush, you were kidnapped by the History Channel?
Like when I was an actor on the History Channel, and I was kidnapped, and it was by the government, and it was kind of fun.
So you
I
acted
was an
out of
actor,
getting kidnapped.
But I get like quick.
If you were
as a
method,
kid,
then you could say
as a
you
kid,
were
I'm not like worried every day about
Yeah.
like a girl. I can understand being more like I never thought about getting kidnapped once.
I mean, look, we can have the argument about the hero or not. If you acting as getting kidnapped, definitely not a hero. I just want to let you know. I want to make sure that you're on.
I don't think I'm a hero. I'm just saying, I never thought about it once.
like that you were asked, someone was like, "What do you mean by that?" And then you thought you explained it better the second time. Like, I was an actor on the History Channel and got kidnapped. But anyway,
The government.
It's much better. Number 7 versus the 10 seed. The light being on while your mom was driving, like the console light, which I'm pretty sure everyone was told was illegal.
Yeah. Oh my God, I was just having that conversation.
Everyone always thought it was a big is illegal or something, and that's going up against the number 10 seed, the Bermuda Triangle, which was talked about a lot
Ooh.
growing up.
Let's
So-
make something very clear right away. My mom never drove. It was always my dad.
whoa. Wonder you're still alive.
Start with you, Nick.
Oh boy.
Console light versus Bermuda Triangle.
I think Bermuda Triangle, dude. It's still pretty scary. I like it. It's so mysterious, and I never really looked at. That was never explained as a kid. Like they just said you'll die. Like if you're there, it was scary, very scary. I'm going Bermuda Triangle.
Bermuda Triangle, Cheah.
Bermuda Triangle. I had my bachelor party in Dominican Republic in Puerto Plata, and we actually flew through the Bermuda Triangle. There was a point where we started like sinking like very quickly,
Someone just fart.
right around that area. So as a kid, that's also like kind of an urban legend, like that's where planes go and disappear and that type of stuff. So whenever you're going anywhere in that vicinity in the southeastern United States area, the eastern part of the country, that would be a fear. So Bermuda Triangle.
Another for Bermuda Triangle. Bush.
Car light. I just whenever you put that car light on in the back, you think that you're going to die. You think that your parents can't see, and you realize the light has no impact on you at all when you're driving.
Slightly annoying.
Slightly annoying. You could keep driving completely, but you would have thought you're in like the biggest trouble of all time.
My mom said it was illegal.
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, you're literally, we're gonna go to jail if you do this again. So
Yeah.
why couldn't I have the light on? It makes no sense.
Vibbsy?
Yeah, I wasn't afraid of the dome light being turned on. It was always my dad that was afraid we were all gonna die. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to say Bermuda Triangle just because, I mean, it's so mysterious.
Amelia
No one can explain it. Yeah.
Is she the only actual like notable victim of the Bermuda Triangle? Amelia Earhart?
I think there's I don't know. I think there's like ships and stuff that they have documented that disappeared.
Boats.
I think of like
primarily.
notable people, you know, what I
Right.
mean? Like, but I don't know.
Do they know it was the Bermuda Triangle with Amelia Earhart? Because I
So,
could have sworn they're like, oh, she's in Japan and she's eaten by crab people, something like that.
what's that was Bermuda Triangle? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bermuda Triangle as well. I was never scared of the light. I feel like my dad or mom would just tell me to turn it off, and I would turn it off. Bermuda Triangle, like I feel like there's a movie or a TV show where they like have a whole episode about the Bermuda Triangle, and they're like,
a lot.
the Bermuda Triangle.
I feel like Rocco's Modern Life.
Yeah, like
An
something
episode.
like that. Yeah. So I'm gonna go Bermuda Triangle.
Tommy?
Yeah, I went through a big Bermuda Triangle phase. I was like, oh, this is how I die. This is how everyone dies. We'd be flying to Florida, and I'd be like, oh, we're not flying across the Bermuda Triangle, are we? I think I did a school project on it once. It was like kind of like quicksand in that regard. I was pretty sure like most people die. If you don't die from quicksand, you probably die from the Bermuda Triangle. Yeah, the car light, whatever.
Dude, I'm going on a trip next week, and my girlfriend, when we were originally playing this, she wanted to fly on 9/11, and I was like, no. She's like, why? The flights are so cheap. And I was like, yeah.
Are they actually a lot cheaper on 9/11?
Yes, because people are afraid of flying.
Security's
You know what?
a
You know
lot.
what else is really cheap on 9/11 are wedding venues.
Really?
Yeah, if
That one makes sense to me.
nobody wants to get married.
Yeah,
on
that one makes sense to me.
Fair. Francis?
The
But you'll
Bermuda.
never forget anniversary.
Yeah, literally.
The Bermuda Triangle was something I was able to dismiss even as a kid because I just assumed Bermuda was really far away. And as long as I didn't go there, I'd be fine. And I also didn't even really think about planes so much. It was always like, don't sail your little sailboat into the Bermuda Triangle. Okay, I'll avoid that. Car light for mom, although that didn't bother me that much either. But that beats the triangle.
You just didn't want to get yelled at by your parents, you know?
Klemmer?
Yeah, Bermuda Triangle was always like mysterious and scary, and people like when you were a kid, people talk about it a lot, or at least they did back when I was a kid. Like I felt like Bermuda Triangle came up all the time, where like I'll go years as an adult without thinking about it.
So the Bermuda Triangle is going to move on. Now we have the number 15 versus the 2. Let's do the 15 seed first because it's a Nick play-in. Nick gave a lot of interesting options that I'd love for him to have a chance to explain. The first being removing my Time Wizard from its hard sleeve in order to duel with him in my Yu-Gi-Oh deck.
Yeah, before Time Wizard was available in just a basic deck, you had to get him in a pack. And I got it, and it was worth a lot of money, but it was still a good card to play with. And so I had him in the hard shell to show off, but then when I wanted to play, I had to take him out and put him in my deck. And that was always nerve-wracking, especially when you're shuffling or having somebody else cut the deck. It was just a big risk.
My 4/1 nun principal, Sister Kathleen, noticing my hair touch the top of my ears.
Yeah, so in Catholic school, your hair couldn't touch your ears. That was considered too long. And so she would come and like check, and she was this really small, portly woman. I don't know if she's still alive, but she scared the fuck out of me. And you would get sent like for your parents to come pick you up to go get your hair cut and come back to school if it was touching your ears.
Crazy.
It's insane. The assassination of my father.
My dad was assistant city manager, and I thought that was a big deal at the time. And I knew about JFK getting killed in Lincoln, and so I was afraid for my dad to go to work.
Yeah. That's funny. They wouldn't have even considered that an assassination.
murder.
Yeah.
Regular murder.
Yeah.
The Red Knight from Medieval Times, fucking the girl I had a crush on in 8th grade.
No, we didn't fuck her. We flirted with her.
You said fucking. I just copy pasted.
Oh, I didn't. No, I didn't say fucking.
He was, and he put in quotes, he was earnestly flirting.
Yeah. So 8th grade trip to Toronto, Canada. The girl I liked, I was like sitting next to her at Medieval Times, and then the Red Knight was like earnestly flirting with this 8th grade girl.
He was like an adult.
Yeah.
Damn.
You guys remember Medieval Time had really good food?
You did.
Yeah, the turkey legs.
Unbelievable. The cookie was really good.
I've never gone to one. I want to go so
Neither, I
bad.
never-
I wanna
It's
try
a
the turkey
great
leg.
time.
Their turkey legs are fire.
Nick asked me to go like last week.
I'd love to go.
You can't say a restaurant is really good and then cite their cookie. Like cookies are good. And
I've had bad cookies, Jay.
Yeah, I've had
Bad cookies.
Why, Marty? Were you not in the shower?
They had no water.
Every
available.
time. Have you tried it yet, Nick?
No, I haven't yet.
I want you to do it tonight.
All right, I'll do it
Get a
tonight.
little. Don't soak it in there. Just a little wet.
There's a little moisture here.
Falling into magma.
Well, yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, the lava game.
That's
Lava
more,
game?
that scared me more than quicksand.
I mostly
Yeah.
wanted to touch lava. I never was scared of it, but like those videos where like you see like the flowing lava, like I always wanted to like play with it like it was slime.
Sip it.
Yeah, it looks delicious and fun.
Yeah.
Forwarded email or forwarded chain emails from a dead girl.
Ooh.
Yeah, remember when you got those forwarded emails? It was like, my name's Hannah.
Dude, that's a really
Oh my
good one.
God, I
It
totally
scared
forgot
the
about
fuck out of
those.
me.
Sometimes
It was
it's a
like
little
text.
picture.
It was like a
I got
big
a text one, yeah.
I tried
Yeah.
to start one time.
What?
Of like, oh, this is a fucking haunted thing. If you don't, you'll die if you don't share it or whatever.
If you pretended like a Christmas gift from your grandma, well, you phrased this strange. I'm not actually fucking this one up. If you pretended, what's this Christmas one? Just say it.
Yeah, hoping that you pretended to like a gift from your grandma enough to where you wouldn't feel guilty, even though you didn't like the gift.
Mm.
Okay, so just one more time.
That
So
is
you,
good. I got
verbose.
you hoping she believes that you liked it?
Yeah.
Basically.
Thanks, Francis.
Very verbose.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that might be better understood if you were physically here.
It's a shame.
Embarrassing yourself in front of the girl babysitter that's only like 6 months older than you.
I'm kind of bothered. Francis, can you write a blog to apologize to me?
You don't make enough money. For the company.
Dude,
if
Clip that.
if Anus
Yes.
T-shirts covered my salary, I might.
Wait, so the babysitter thing.
oh yeah, just like trying to be cool in front of your babysitter who's like kind of a little bit older than you. I was worried about impressing the babysitter.
Mm.
All right, so you pick first in your own playing game. Which one of those do you want?
Oh, it was definitely the chain emails. Those ruined my day.
The one for the chain emails, Cheah?
the babysitter. I mean, if there's a babysitter closer in age to you and you make a goof in front of her, that's very
You're trying to impress a girl that's babysitting you. It's already
well, excuse me. There are like plenty of fantasies about people being with their babysitters. It's a very common thing.
it's called fantasy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. Does that ever really happen?
No.
I mean,
Drake, didn't Drake have
definitely.
a lyric about
Oh,
like
it's happened.
Yeah.
Harry would have blogged about it by now.
Vibbs, did you fuck your babysitter?
No, I wanted to. Many of them.
How many babysitters do you have?
Probably like 3, 2. I don't know.
I never had a babysitter I wasn't related to, so I
Mm.
can't
Hmm.
really
I
relate.
was the oldest brother, so I was just the babysitter. Mush.
Oh, the chain email.
Chain email. Vibsy?
Yeah, I want to say the babysitter one is like embarrassing yourself in front of your crush, but my babysitters were like significantly older. They're like, like 18 maybe,
Mhm.
legal age. But no, definitely the chain emails because sometimes they'd have like a picture of like the girl from The Ring in it, like a little dead girl in it. Ooh, that scares me.
Oh yeah, that driving game. That reminded
Oh, I remember.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
video
that one.
It was
classic.
like a car commercial with the zombie
Yeah.
that popped
Yeah.
up. That amazing. Yeah.
that scared the shit out of me.
Gia?
Can you read me the options again? Sorry.
The Yu-Gi-Oh deck, the Sister Kathleen with the hair,
Ooh.
the assassination of Nick's dad, the
Yo,
Red Knight from
sure.
Medieval Times, falling into magma, the texts from the dead girl, and having to pretend your gift from your grandma was good enough. Ooh. Embarrassing yourself in front of your babysitter.
Okay. Yeah, I'm stuck between the nun and the email because I also went to Catholic school and I was really, really, really scared of all the nuns and the priests. And my priest got murdered by my janitor.
What?
What?
when I was in 5th grade.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah, when I was in 5th grade, my priest got murdered by my janitor.
Yeah, we heard, but go on.
I was coming back from a field trip and they were having mass in the morning and they went to go find him and they found him and he was stabbed 14 times in the back because they were having like a dispute over the janitor getting fired because they did a background check on him and they found like all this really bad stuff about him. Yeah. Father Ed.
I want to add into here. I just looked this up. He was stabbed 44 times.
Oh, 44 times.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
In the rectory of the church.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. So I've kind of always been scared of Catholicism in general now.
How do you not have scary janitor within one of these 16 options?
Well, I know.
That should be the number one seed for
I didn't
you.
get to pick any. I didn't get to
Well,
pick
that's
any.
fine.
Yeah. No, scary janitor would definitely be there. So I'm going to go none.
The nun?
I'm gonna go with the chain texts.
Chain texts?
I'll go magma.
Magma?
So I was 2 years old when Ronald Reagan got shot. And a couple years later, like,
There we go.
people were talking about it and stuff. My dad was explaining to me how he got shot. And ever since then, like, it really resonated with me that, like, presidents could get shot. And, like, the president, like, we had got shot. And it really scared me. So I have to say assassinations terrify me.
So the email chains are going to move on, and that's going up against the number 2 seed. And the number 2 seed is being out of eye distance of your mom in any sort of store.
Oh.
Good one. Are you trying to talk up the piece of the chair that you
trying to give it to Klemmer.
I don't like metal.
I keep offering it to him, and he
Wait.
won't take it.
I don't like
Tungsten
metal.
Man doesn't like metal.
I offered it
I
to
like tungsten. I don't
Tommy, and he
like that
liked
kind of
it.
metal.
I like
That's
Holden's.
completely bullshit. That's crazy.
It's not.
You lie.
It's not. No. In fact, the
Tungsten's
metal I hate the most, and Nick will vouch for me, is forks. I don't like when forks touch each other.
Metal.
Thin metal is horrible. Dense
You
metal,
hate
like,
metal, and you have a tungsten.
I have a tungsten-
tattoo on your fucking body.
I do because tungsten is dense. I don't like metal like that.
That's a heavy piece there.
It's heavy.
It's got a nice weight to it.
Also, I bet it smells. You guys have all had your hands on it. I don't want to touch it.
Well, I'm not smelling.
You're the
it.
grossest one here.
It's not true. It's not true.
So the email chain is going up against losing sight of your parents or your mom specifically, I guess, in a department store, any sort of store.
Yeah, losing my mom in the department store. I remember. I can distinctly remember having that panic when you look around and like, you can't find them among the clothing racks. It's usually very quick, but then for those 2-3 seconds, it's life altering.
Francis?
Losing your parents in a crowd or anywhere, it felt like that's it. We'll never find. I'm an orphan now.
Yep.
I'm a wandering. I'll have to join a circus. I'll have to do. I'm never seeing my parents again. That's just how it seemed instantly when they went around the corner. That to me, that might even be to me like
That might be the
one.
scariest.
Yeah.
Number 2 here.
Yeah, that despair, that knot in your stomach where you're looking around. I could almost re-feel that feeling in my stomach.
Yeah.
Happened once at like a hardware store when I was 3. My mom one time hit on me in the mall. I was like
What?
a prank. Literally stood behind something like 5 feet away.
So your mom hit on you.
I know, that's what I thought he said too.
Oh, hid.
Oh,
Like
I understood what you said.
5 feet away, and then took me a while to forgive her for that.
You were probably such a piece of shit to you. Like some
I was-
nagging her about shit all the time.
we had it back and forth.
A rapport with my mother.
Yeah, we had a bit of a rapport. I
You
would
probably
say.
reprimanded your mom when you got home. It's like, you don't do that.
Yeah, I swear to God, I did. We got in the car and I was like, you really shouldn't do that. You really shouldn't hide on me. I was really scared. We hit for like 3 seconds, but yeah, that feeling. And then I was so afraid. That was why I used to cry my way out of summer camp all the time. I used to cry my way out of summer camp because I just had this fear, this indescribable fear that was based on nothing, that like I wouldn't get picked up. I just had a fear that for whatever reason I wouldn't get picked up at camp from. It wasn't even my parents, because like I feel like if it was my parents, I would have felt more comfortable. It was like my friends' parents. Like, oh, I gotta fucking rely on Alex's parents to pick me up. Like they're gonna forget me here. So I just had this indescribable fear of being deserted at summer camp.
Cry yourself at a horse camp? Not me.
Yeah, no, I didn't have horses
Your
there.
parents, though, like when your parents take a long time to pick you up.
Yeah, Marty, I
Oh,
was thinking
yeah.
about that too.
Oh,
That's like
everyone's
embarrassing.
like, yes.
That's more
Sucks.
embarrassing than it is scary.
They're
Because like, you're
coming?
just sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting.
Sitting on those steps.
Yeah.
So I'm going
God
that.
damn it. My mom was always so late to pick me up.
You know where I got lost? The wave pool at Splish Splash.
Oh,
Very easy to get lost there.
That's
Sounds
the
like a
most-
scary place
if
to
you
go.
want to know the most disgusting place on earth, it's the wave pool.
Wave pool at any
Oh, Splish Splash.
a
is
big water park on
disgusting.
Long Island.
It's amazing but disgusting.
It's gross. Gia.
Yeah, I'm gonna go losing your mom at a store. I got lost at a BJ's once, and they had to call my mom's name over the loudspeaker.
Oh,
It was terrible. I was crying my eyes out. It was awful.
That's easy to get lost there too.
Yeah,
In one of the big
yeah.
box stores or
yeah.
whatever.
It's like a Costco.
Ibsy?
Yeah, I've been lost at a Target and they've had to call my name over the loudspeaker. My mom had to find me. But something about those text chains with the little dead girl crawling out of the sewer and coming to get me because I don't send it to 8 people, that scared the hell out of me. That scared me more than anything. I'm going with that.
Losing the parent?
Parent.
Cheah?
Yeah, not finding your parent or like getting lost from them even temporarily is as close to a heart attack as a little kid can get, and that is just the worst. So that by a landslide.
Nick?
What was the point of the text chains? Like, what was there to gain?
I don't know. I guess scaring people?
Don't you just have bad luck?
Yeah, it was you'd get
don't?
no, well, or the girl would like come and bring you to the
Well, no, no.
sewers. Yeah, you'd die. Yeah.
But like the people that made them, why did they do it?
Tommy,
Scare
Tommy's
people, right?
Yeah,
being a
Tommy
poop,
was the
but
curator
He was
of
saying
one.
that he wanted to do that. He wanted to start one.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea why anyone would want to start one.
Yeah, just to scare someone, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, kids were fucking weird. So
No, either way, it's going to win. But Nick, we would vote for
What's winning?
losing the parent.
Yeah, that's it. That jolt that gives you. And I think Francis said it best. Like, you immediately start planning your life out on the streets.
Yeah.
You're alone in the alley.
Drifter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever have a kid in high school that was like 18 and didn't live with his parents? He like lived on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kid. Fuck.
Yeah, that kid was
So
awesome.
cool.
That kid lost his virginity before he could fucking walk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was scary.
Love to know where he's at today.
Dead or in jail.
Yeah.
I know a kid like that. He's still doing the same job he did. Like, he started work immediately, like that week after graduation, and he's still there. Environmental drillist. You go in like drill holes into the woods. Still doing it.
Drill for what purpose?
Construction, I think.
Oh, okay.
Environmental drilling, but yeah, he was making like, I want to say $28,000 a year, whatever, in 1997. And we're like, you're the richest man alive.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he's making too much more now. It's like,
All right, before we get into our playoff, let's hear from Babbel. All right, let's talk about Babbel. Science says our ability to learn new languages peaks when we're children. But since you can't go back in time to being 6, we've got the next best thing, Babbel. Because Babbel can help you start speaking a new language in just 3 weeks. Instead of paying hundreds of dollars for a private tutor or fooling yourself with those crappy language apps that are a little bit, they're basically games, Babbel, they have quick 10-minute lessons that are designed by over 150 language experts to help you start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. It's designed by real people for real conversations, and all of Babbel's tips and tools for learning new languages are approachable, accessible, rooted in real-life situations, and delivered with conversation-based teaching. Look, I think all of us have tried using apps that won't be named here, and they give you the kind of like the same number, like phrases to say over and over and over again. None of them useful. Well, last time I tried to learn French before going to Quebec, couldn't tell you a single thing in conversational French, but I know how to say horse, cheval, I think it is. Maybe not. Just useless for any sort of conversation that you would have with a person in French. And look, studies from Yale, Michigan State University, and others continue to prove that Babbel is better. For instance, one study found that using Babbel for 15 hours is the equivalent of a full semester at college. With over 10 million subscriptions sold, Babbel is a real language learning tool for real conversations. Here's a special limited time deal for our listeners to get you started right now. Get 55% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/lights. Get 55% off at babbel.com/lights. Spelled BABBEL.com/lights. Rules and restrictions may apply. All right, thanks to Babbel. All right, let's run through our
With that thing.
I'm
gonna
I'm
Photoshop?
holding it and then I'm having it fall down my hands.
There's so much you can do.
So
with
much
it.
you could do with it.
It's really hard to explain.
It's probably some sort of porn, I feel like a slow motion.
Yeah.
Good new game.
Not even jerking.
I hadn't tried this.
An
game.
This would be
ASMR
jerking it. This I'm
jerking.
just letting it fall through my hands.
Klemmer, first up.
It's even more sensual.
Swallowing the watermelon seeds or gum versus embarrassing yourself in front of your crush.
embarrassing myself. Didn't we already do it? Was that what we were? No?
Oh, that was in the first matchup.
All right, embarrassing stuff.
Embarrassing yourself.
Embarrassing yourself.
Embarrassing yourself.
Embarrassing yourself.
Embarrassing yourself.
Gonna sweep.
Embarrassing.
Seeds.
Seeds.
Fuck with me a lot.
Jay?
I have watermelon.
Seeds by a lot. When I was in kindergarten, my friend Stephen Adamo, his dad, told me that if you swallowed in
I love how we dox people for no reason
All the
on
time.
this show.
if you swallowed it, it would grow in your stomach and you would die.
Yeah.
So I swallowed one, and my life was a music video after that day. Just sad looking out the window in the rain. It was all
Could have been any.
I feel like a music video.
That's
most
not what
people
I expected.
associate as like a fun thing.
It was awful. Probably to this day, it's still the worst day.
I could see Jay listen to "Had a Bad Day."
Nick?
It's embarrassing yourself in front of your crush. I'll remember shit that I did in like 7th grade, and that will replay before I fall asleep. And, yeah, dude. It's and I almost did that. That was the only thing I ever did in front of crushes was embarrass myself.
Yeah.
So that for sure.
You two missed. Klemmer puked on himself on the centrifuge.
Gravitron.
Yeah, with the girl he liked.
Who was a foot taller than
Yes,
him.
it was a full foot taller
A
than him.
5'8", 6th grade girl.
Yeah.
Piss Tommy off because that's his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tall girls, not the 6th grade part.
Sure about
Make that
Tom?
clear.
On the other side, getting a rumor started about you versus Nick. One of your options, being called out to Ollie because you're wearing skate gear and you have a skateboard.
Yeah, shit.
So you're up first. That versus getting a rumor started about you.
Oh man. The thing, like, if there was enough people saying this rumor, it was just believed as fact.
Yeah.
And it could really, like, some kids had to like transfer schools because of shit like that.
Yeah.
It's I'm unbiased. It's rumor about you.
It's rumor.
Yeah.
Jay?
Yeah, rumor. If there was a rumor going around Westfield High School in about 2003, 2004 that I just had a giant hog, I mean, you had no choice but to believe it. So, yeah, rumor.
I don't think that was
No matter
happening.
how true or untrue it was.
Did that happen?
Pure disgust from Francis.
You had a big dick rumor about you in high school?
No.
Oh.
Did I?
What the fuck?
Attaboy.
Marty?
It's rumor, 100%. I still, even though I knew there were rumors in my head, it was still believable, like about people from high school.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you see your friends, like, oh, remember this girl?
Yep.
It's funny.
Vibbsy?
Francis said it earlier. The more you deny the rumor, the more people think it's true. It's rumor. And I think Tommy said it earlier. If you're like 11, someone can be like, "Oh, he has herpes," and it's like, well, he has herpes.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how based in fact.
Yeah.
Gia?
Rumors, yeah. You'll never ever forget those funny rumors about kids in your school.
Rumors?
Neither will they.
Exactly. Rumors?
Rumors.
Rumors?
Rumors.
Rumors. Rumors in a clean sweep. On the other side, getting kidnapped versus monsters.
Ooh.
Both the same. The monster was kidnapping me if I
Shaking
saw
your
him.
foot. Fucking 4-year-olds here.
I'm so antsy. We've been here for weeks.
It's an hour and a half.
It's.
You're a grown up. Just sit still.
I can't.
Why?
I don't know. These chairs, they have heat. There's so much heat.
I
There's
know.
a lot of
I'm
These
heat.
fucking chairs. I get uncomfortable. I'm sure moving makes
Yeah.
it worse, but
Children.
Tommy, can I slide that metal thing through my hand?
yes, of course.
right, just
There we go. Now we're cooking.
It's really unbelievable.
It's so nice to hold the weight.
Getting kidnapped.
Do the slide thing. I've been
Terror of the white
the
vans.
slide thing.
It looks sensual.
I think I feared monsters longer than I feared being kidnapped. So I'll go with being with monsters.
Monsters?
I'd imagine you were a pretty kidnappable kid, looks-wise, Francis.
Yeah, I was well,
Yeah, he was nerdy and only did
Very big
schoolwork.
nerd.
Yeah.
I was
No, you weren't a hot kid?
Oh wait, let's just bring this up really quick for so Nick and Steven, I want you to we were talking earlier about, like, I don't even know what it was. How did it come up?
Getting like the door kicked on you or something.
Yeah,
It was being last pick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
being last pick, and I was like, yeah, I was never picked last in sports. And Gia goes, really? And I was like, yeah.
She said she never thought of Francis as an athletic
She
guy.
thought I was a nerd who didn't play sports.
I love the shit on you, Francis. Aside from the professional athletes at Barstool, I think you are the most athletic.
I appreciate that.
What?
That's definitely
No.
definitely true.
I'd smoke you now, Frank.
That is just.
In what?
Any sport.
We could
Marty thinks
play.
we'll
We could
every
play
sport.
Oh, yeah,
Every
Marty thinks he's
six
fucking
sports,
both.
and I would
Marty, Bo
Let's do
Jackson,
it.
Mush.
I'd win. I know I would.
in all of them.
No, I'd beat you in majority.
I would happily take that. You want to put money on it?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
Let's play
The Steelers would
volleyball.
love this.
Let's do it.
I would watch that.
Volleyball.
Head to
I
head,
was-
we could pick.
I would
It
watch
can't be
it.
like if you're like an expert archer, we're not going to do that.
And
He's a good baseball player.
Marty did the office mile in jeans that didn't fit,
We'll figure it
and he ate like a pound of macaroni and cheese, and he ran a pretty damn good time. Just no warm up, just getting up out of his seat. So I think he's the underdog, but I think
What's the
it'd be a pretty fair
Tricky
matchup.
thing is like how do we test who's the better baseball? I guess it'd be a batting practice, but I would
Marty
probably
can hit ropes.
I'd probably just concede that one because I don't play baseball.
Yeah, lacrosse, and I would concede lacrosse.
Okay, so it would be like basketball, tennis.
Ooh,
It
tennis.
was like a
would be fun.
football accuracy challenge.
Yeah.
Do all those things.
It's
40-yard dash.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to consume this, but let's keep brainstorming on that,
We like
and
that a
we'll
lot.
we'll finish the app. Yeah,
So kidnap.
we could also open it up to anybody else that thinks
Oh, we
they
should
have a
do
shot,
more,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to participate.
Kidnap first.
Maybe ask
Alright.
Keon.
Take it easy,
Yeah.
Gia.
I already did it against Dion.
Kidnap versus monsters. Tommy.
I'm gonna go kidnap just because it was more realistic. Like monsters at the end of the day are not real. James almost got fucking kidnapped, so I will.
James.
The white van kid.
Oh.
So I'll go with kidnapped.
Yeah, kidnapped. Still scared of getting abducted.
Oh, you guys also missed Klemmer poo the issue of kidnapping children in
not
America.
care.
I'm
Says-
saying there are less.
Clemmer is a child.
Let me explain
sex-
myself.
says that he doesn't think it's really happening much.
Can't explain
yeah.
myself. I'm saying that there are less kidnappings by strangers than the media portrays. People like Nancy Grace will whore it out.
Who the fuck is Nancy Grace?
Are you
Oh,
fucking
No,
brother.
she's legit. That's
fucking dumb?
Yeah,
Who is
No,
Nancy?
she's-
And Nancy Grace is not still on television.
She's like the
Is she?
Anderson Cooper of crime.
She would
she struck fear
constantly
into
do that.
middle-aged women everywhere.
Yeah, she was playing off fear.
Yeah. Nancy.
Which a lot of the media does, and I think we need to look at it analytically and be like, are there that many kids being kidnapped by strangers? Probably not as many as we might think.
So
And it's an
Klemmer's
issue
a
we shouldn't spend any more time thinking about.
Klemmer's a child abduction denier.
Yeah. Vibsy.
As we get older, we find out the real monsters are among us in our everyday lives.
Whoa.
I'm going monsters though. I don't kidnapping, but monsters. I had a good imagination. I was scared. I was so scared of monsters. Monsters.
Marty.
Monsters.
Also, we can use this metal thing to tell time. If it
Can I
if it-
try?
if it goes to the bottom, your turn's up. You're done talking. Yeah.
Che.
Kidnapping for sure. Monsters are not real. Kidnapping very much.
All right, Nick.
Yeah, it's for sure kidnapping. I don't know if I ever believed in monsters, really. I was like afraid of like sharks and murderers, but not like beasts, ghouls, and
No
goblins.
beasts. Kidnapping's gonna win. On the other side, losing your parent in a crowd or the Bermuda Triangle. Nick.
It's losing your parent in a crowd. Like I've never even been near the Bermuda Triangle in my life, but I've like even like when I went to go play inside of that Circle clothes rack, you know, because that was awesome going in there. And I came out, my mom wasn't there. It was horrifying.
Mm-hmm. Che.
Yeah, losing your parent for even a moment.
Mush.
Parents.
Parents.
Yeah, I think I flew over the Bermuda Triangle once as a kid, and that was kind of scary. But it's
Right.
definitely losing your parents.
Sorry, Francis said it right. But it was so far away that I just didn't think about it.
Oh, it's a remote thing.
Huh?
Like it was remote. Bermuda. I didn't know how close Bermuda was when I was a kid. I thought it was some. I might have been. It might as well have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fiji, to me.
So you're going with losing the parent.
Losing the parent for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, same losing parent.
It's terrifying.
Same.
Yeah.
Parent for sure.
I don't know how losing a parent doesn't win. Honestly, it's the most.
I agree.
It is the most terrifying
Losing a
thing.
parent versus kidnapping to go in the finals.
Losing a parent, because I never got kidnapped. But I remember having that happen. Like I said,
You never got kidnapped?
never got kidnapped. Turn around, like you look, and then you look it back. I remember even looking again. I remember that frantic feeling. It was terrifying.
Francis.
kidnapping in my mind always felt like, it was something like if someone ever offers you candy, don't get in the van. It made me think I had agency to prevent it.
Mhm.
Parents are gone, I'm helpless.
Mhm.
It happened. It happened a couple times where I lost sight of my parents. So I'm going parents.
I feel like as a kid, I was less afraid of kidnapping because it was more of an annoyance. It was a reason I couldn't do things I wanted to do. Like, my mom's like, you can't go walk to your friend's house because you'll get kidnapped.
Yep.
That's annoying. Tommy?
Yeah, this is tough because but one reason why losing your parents for a second is so scary is because you become afraid you might get kidnapped. Like that's part of in the back of your head. It's like, well, I can't find my parents. Some stranger's going to come scoop me up. So then does that become truly the ultimate fear?
Mhm.
But still, that true feeling of dread and panic when you look around and don't see them. I'll go with that.
Losing a parent?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go losing a parent as well.
Losing a parent?
Yeah, losing a parent. It's also embarrassing whenever you're like reunited with them and like they call your name over the loudspeaker.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
You're
the
like,
loudspeaker.
I was the I'm the kid that got lost.
Yeah, come like at the
Here I am.
Yeah.
Thomas Gurley
Loudspeaker's
come to
bad.
the pool house. Yeah.
Cheah and Nick, losing a parent?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right, losing the parents in the finals. On the other side, to get into the finals, the rumor started about you versus doing something embarrassing in front of your crush. Nick?
Oh, this one's hard.
Dude, it still haunts me to this day. It's embarrassing yourself in front of a crush.
Embarrassing yourself in front of your crush. Cheah?
Crush or parent?
Crusher, rumor started about you.
Rumor.
Rumor. Bush?
Rumor. I think rumor is literally the worst thing possible. That's why you gotta like even like Tommy when he said that Blackjack Fletcher and Brian Fitzsimmons got into a fight. It's so funny, but people believed it.
Or that your sister lived with Mincy.
That was the best.
Yeah.
That was my favorite
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, she hates
There's just
that.
so many that are funny, but like even if it's about
so ridiculous.
yourself,
I know.
It's such a benign
But
rumor.
it's also
it makes her look good. She was like
different-
helping him out.
It's different as an adult too, where like it's
Oh, no.
easier to laugh off a rumor. I think it's easier to laugh off a rumor as an adult. As a kid, you're not laughing off a rumor.
You're also
That's the thing.
trapped at school. You can't go anywhere. So
like
you're
we
stuck with these
said,
people.
like the
Right.
poor girl walking into school and we're all clapping for her because she's got the clap. Like she didn't have the clap in sixth grade.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
brutal. But like now, if you just clap, no one will be like, "What do you do?" It's weird to do.
Mm-hmm. So you're going with rumor?
Yeah.
Rumor? Vibsy?
Rumor or crush? I'm going crush.
2-2. Gia?
Yeah, this one's tough. I feel like embarrassing yourself in front of a crush like leads to a rumor being started about you.
Then that's just a fact.
And then like you think about it for the like either way you're thinking about this for the rest of your life. Like I'll be 45 and I'll still remember like every single embarrassing thing that happened to me.
Oh, wait. Can you tell Nick and Cheah what happened to you in 8th grade?
Oh yeah, my 8th grade boyfriend came up to me and he said, "Do you want to see a magic trick? Poof, you're single."
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that dude rocks.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, the same reaction.
In front of everyone during gym class.
Legend.
Yeah. So
As a
It would be very funny to try that at like 31.
Yeah.
yeah. And I mean, I'm 24 now and I still remember every single detail of that. Ah, fuck. I think I'm going to go crush.
3-2 in favor of crush. Tommy?
I'm gonna go rumor. I think that because embarrassing yourself in front of a crush is just the crush. The rumor, it's gonna get to the crush. It's gonna get to your friends. It gets to the whole fucking school. So I'll go with the rumor.
3-3.
Blushing is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Feeling that your cheeks flush because
But then
something
people call you out for it.
He's blushing.
exactly like to learn that
Yeah.
people are saying certain things about you or that there's a rumor. One time I showed up to school and I was wearing my pants backwards. And I didn't know because they were sort of like they had a lot of pockets. They were almost cargo pants. There's a lot going on, and I put them on backwards. And my crush pointed it out in front of everybody. They all started laughing. So that was. I'm gonna go with that because of that experience.
The nightmare sound is just hearing the crowd go, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear that, you're done. Klemmer?
Yeah, Gravitron. It's the crush.
Crush. So crush versus losing your parent. Final matchup.
Oh, losing a parent. I said the most terrifying feeling a kid can have.
agree with Klemmer. It's losing your parents.
Losing a parent.
Yep.
Losing a parent.
I don't know. I think I'm going to go crush because that haunts you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, losing a parent is scary in that moment, but then you get over it. Embarrassing yourself in front of your crush is just, it's detrimental for the rest of your life.
Sounds like our parents are dying.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
literally.
I put that as my suggestion. Was when I was a kid, I was afraid of my parents
Well, that
dying.
is also, that is terrifying.
Yeah.
Parents getting divorced too. Like, I remember the first time my parents had like the most innocuous like little fight. I was like, great, so they're getting fucking.
Yep.
It was over like something in the freezer.
You're
was,
playing
like,
Guitar
put in
Hero
wrong.
in your
Again,
attic.
you had to be the worst kid.
I was like, oh great, you guys are getting divorced.
No, losing your parents at Kohl's was a bad day.
Coles.
At big store like that. Yeah.
Bad day.
Okay.
Losing parent by a lot. I had a new crush at least once a year, if not more than that.
I forget, like, Cheah hasn't been on in a while, just how horny he really is.
So many boners, so many crushes. The Stephen Chase.
Did you guys have like one crush like forever?
Yeah.
No, I'm
Really?
with you, Cheah.
Well, I was saying, earlier I'd bounce around year to year. I had a new bitch. Every
But I would like, I'd like a girl like a different girl, and then like the original girl again. I kind of would go back because I went to small school.
Nick.
It's losing your parents. Like, even thinking about it now, I think Tommy said it, and I'll second that. Like, you could kind of feel how it felt like, even just like putting yourself in your shoes back then. Losing your parent.
Losing your parent. The winner of the bracket episode 92 is losing your parent. And the trophy goes to, not here, but Nick. First one to suggest it. Losing a parent in a big
Yay.
store. So we'll make sure we'll hand that off to you later.
Nice, Nick.
Great job, Nick.
Back-to-back champion.
Long episode. Thank you for everyone that stuck with us. Thanks to Marty, Vibbs, Gia, and Klemmer for joining in. And we'll have, again, a more concrete format for next week when we have Chicago Boys back and everything like that. But until then, we'll see you guys next week.